killing my people. Blood on my jersey, cause we dying to be equal. They already know we'll be fighting, this war is a sequel. Have you ever seen a fight between pure and evil? From Ghana to Gaza, we don't care, we don't need no drama. But if it's war, then we ready with the armor. But we don't fear nobody but the Father. Yeah, from the moon where the stars are, to the land where the shoe where your papa. You even fear for your life from the spark tag. Mother crying, Jesus Christ, not my doctor. Before we sing and rejoice, let's unite with our voice, cause together we can make some noise. And we go back and destroy and rebuild ourselves, so that we have peace and joy. Welcome to my marching parade.
Thank you for joining us.
So many lives are taking away. What am I gonna do when we march for more? From Kingston to Kumasi today. Together we march for more. Welcome to my marching parade.
As soon as you join us, share the program for us. Asamaba Obi Manso Akonto Musem the candidate winning. Babylon, but we become the Babylon. We forgotten to battle on. All we do is just Babylon. Never taking action. We are ready to die. That's it. Do the mass and we already divide. Plus, we can really win and multiply. But these are the times that we have to fight. We the children of the children of the children of suffering. So today we the victims in the building that's covered. We don't do nothing now. We ain't even robbing. I told me who's suffering when we're staying. What the two annual program now, my
black women sexualized.
And then again, they bring money. Immigration law updates. We will also focus on sexual offenses. Our country was the candidate winning.
If you buckle, then I buckle with him. If you win, then I win. Now we have hate no longer reside. Never we will let them conquer and divide. Now we honor the right. All I need is my black queen on my side, and she don't need no creep to be light. So welcome to the new inauguration. We showcase it.
Welcome to Justice and Law Solicitors.
Come on, ancestors. Now let's all rise up for the anthem here for the new African nation.
Akwantu Munsem, your candidate unim. This week, and Mr. Social and the media, ye who say enemy p a kwegu a woman. Na de aba ubia e ka ho asem. Eye abranti ubia ye de na be school e wo krom a allegedly. Na ye de ne be school ne so me say for one reason or the other. One akra wadi emfie anase ni mfie ne under 14 years of age. Akwa kodi nkomo a enkomo a oni ni kodi ye no a sexual nature. A sexual nature. For one reason or the other, abofrano a parent, which appears to be the mother or at least a relative of the child, any other people, arrange as a omnine babishia. Na ono konidie na dwene eye ne se oba na oni di nkomo no ana one na ekwa akohiem na onim se sebe it looks like say as a setup enti okoye no ana omo confront no na omo confront no nyina so na omo twa ho video ama sese no social media age nsem age baabia ama enkrofo hwe omo comment so comment na asem de ba maya na obia ene de na hwene ye no a obe comment wo ho ebimo ehu ne se eye disgusting behavior se akra ye de wabase bisua de e wa abrochire na ode ba beye emasem na ode ba beye emasem mpo a enye wankasa wo size nembom akra oye underage, which is illegal. And no na opese odini bedi agro. Na comments there's so me shebi so a ebi mo so e feel very sorry for him. I said obi edu abase bisuande na o finding yourself into this entanglement. Entino amanfo bisuso e de beto manim. As a lawyer, enipan bebrebe ye tu kwan abekro mu a. Enso so yenim emra no about sexual offenses. Like someone will say, body no be firewood. Enipa so do ye nipa de eye de ya o feelings. Ana edu baby so a anhwa wo be ye wild. Na o ye wild na wan fan ko baby so de kwa wan hwa ba ko bumra so. Na afi akwakofa asem idea abrew. Na ye nuen, I mean, personally, I look at the video, I watch the video, and I am looking at it very, very critically. Each word that was said, I have analyzed it very, very carefully. Now, with you see, adeɛ no sɛ ne kra ne da hɔ a na wayɛ de na waka enti audio no I don't know how authentic it is, but I have no doubt say it's an authentic radio and that's a video. Now adeɛ this is not the first time a BBC esi tie no de etiefo ese mema obia aware adeɛ ato ye nuanom bi a real life is happening. A yade so ato Asia foni bi anemrofo na bi so ato. And because of that entino ama certain areas are setting up something called citizens vigilante group. Omoko internet so Facebook ne YouTube ne nkika ho. Ebia wako YouTube edweno ho no. Wo ho na obi de kasa be hyew. Na kasa no o de be hyew na wanhwe yie na akoso so pe. Afi bedru baabi no na afi o se ope. Afi o se ope no wanye careful na wabuani ana ho. Na afi nkomo ne koye wo de too much a wanhwe yie wadwene empo enko niema bi so. When you be ho so no na for the line bi atum say by the way I am 14. Because of say ubedu na wadwene na asay ni nti no anase say bi wani enna wo ho so ni nti no. Ubehu say you don't pay attention to the age na wakan no. Afi no arrange so kwa kushia no obekọ no na citizens vigilante for ababe so musi ekura ese woni akura oye under 16 AD sese ho enkomo na afi no akwakoye ohaw na akwakofa SMP ana abrewo na yenua yasema eto ni. Personally, when I look at it, you know, I'm looking at it from legal angle, from the law angle. Because MRP na say ekrofo pepre comment amahu no ase omo a judge no straight away ese de esi no odifo na asema meka ne say yes ebia wani so ne de obeka say odifo na embom say we also need to understand the basic principles of the criminal law. Emrani say you are innocent before proving guilty. And despite say audio echo around any BBR, we need to understand say at the moment in emramudie or ye innocent until say at nako court near proving guilty. It is a basic fact we need to understand that. Now audio no so say at some point remember ama ye na yeti. Personally, ayembe yakakra mano in the sense say o share utmus obekru mu anche. Ana ohwe sebio brofo na oba no kana se wanji wasum ye pa onte brofo na oba no kana until you could see say papa and I say yenue na why you so confused. There were many can be or say yes now we repeat the same thing over which arguably maybe possibly na onti di mabeneka no eno ane se ogusu ti pe sa na eyade unfortunately Ghana for Mr. Maker eyade wo yeso ana se anibrempo aban na obi gina no osre. This guy made the same mistake. Mamine ni abrea o kasa say you are coming to rape a child no na osere and say don't laugh I want to say a serious matter a suben bia e we mu culturally no say obi ania bre a wo ye bibi no anase bibi ayira a wo hwehwe no obusa ga ne say have you seen this na ogino no osere enye say osere per se o but obesere but one hwe yi a you will interpret that to mean say the person is taking liberties out of you and one hwe yi na do ani bre e ko nipa ne so but because of culture enunti no obohu say ama misunderstanding aba enti obesere pi say yenuanum bi ebe kromo so mo be school say visiting po no mo visit ya omo ba aya yema omo ani emra sa ne ma we ho because Ghana saying ono ba kasa na se bi odo sampo ekobo ne to a culturally no eho no e bia omo hu ne say a criminal offense but e kromo a wonnim na se wodo nsa ekobo oba to a masa a criminal offense wan hwe yi obedem. This is where culture plays a role in our daily lives, behavior, and activities. And as long as you say you be kromwa, and I say baby tine kromwa ne de, e wo say yetimi ade yetimi ehu emrano the basic law, especially the criminal law, and especially in the light of asema ato your brother. And you're very sad, like I said. But enyamba ni say we e ba ni sa e dey a lesson ana yebetimi idea esua eframe ene yebeka mi bi so about immigration update, especially case I prefer bredo many tools so ese ne ba 10 years of age. About a year and a half ago a case went before the Court of Appeal, and Court of Appeal share embrace Home Office way and cry ya wo mu ekromu person mo apply for naturalization maybe in 10 no fees ne ebo din dodo enti no eni se omo etue fees no ema yenuanum bi e de aye target chese omo so etewo twen ese nationality and ase naturalization aban no e de policy beba na obe waive fees no na afi no omususu etimi aye de omususu etimi aye application ama omoma enti enipa ne pi e de omo eni aye de etoso. Unfortunately for these people, aban no so aye appeal ama case no ako Supreme Court, enti in a nutshell no Supreme Court so atenase a make it omo decision. Enti ene so Supreme Court decision no yede bediem yede bebremo ene anopay. Enti ene memfa wafidie no entu baabia. Bo homodin se odi ato na wo hwe ya share the program. Bia amane a ato ye nwan. Bia wo so wote na wo passe ma unua bia. Ono so obesua bibi afrim. And I said at least uhumra na obetimi de tu obifu na eye ade a ekoso okromu a me de mi hu ye no I was not surprised. Bia one way or the other no I should have also come here and talk about this which for one of reason or the other I couldn't. Now Bia this is also the opportunity, this is the right time. I was say menemo ebedi sa enkomo wi na debia de meka ne se obinima obi kire na asemwe eya asema arehu yie eno de no doubt about that eye ade a arehu yie de tia arehu de se ye de namba ese omesua de obai soso a asema anase amane a abetonini na ayana eye very easy to judge someone when you are not in a situation yourself, because emrepi na onkrofo criticize it na obakrum anaso obakru bi so na wonim ehomra wan hwe ya obe so many mistakes minuen afedi asem no kra to no na ose wanye dien wa mase one akra no ba beda anaso ne ba betwempena anase bibia etesa na chese ne ho meti ankasa enti ene amanfo bebre aframe ese ebeya ka memra meka ensemi kakra na omososo emfa ensua bibi ewo ekromu a emre ni obi wo hompa one ne yire nete se ka se obi mpotimi repu ne yire a oso won ti bi da oba wabɔ ne ho ka akoye ne ho ade obeye den a repu no up to now yenuanum bi enti sa concept na se oka na eye omonwanwa ese what are you talking about bema what is ka kwakwa oba obeye den ana wa repu no ene ekromwa ye be chichiri mu na amanfo ate ase pa oni oba nete anaso ne bema nete na se wo yes ade na jai cause when jai na se oba na se bema no e report wa wetu akoda afiase it matters not ese enipa no wa ware no because ekromwa ye fe be marital rape enti eno so ese etwetwe ho nkomo na amanfo ete ase ye beka bibi aba assault by penetration. Assault by penetration. Ubeka se aden ne ubabeka sansem we. Ye tufo said ya yenua bi mo ho enko asemu. Obi wo ha oye ignorant of all these things. Na emrano se de nyawa ignorant is not an excuse. Emrano enya so wo kon pe aso wo kon ebebobo sedwie no. Enti no enu nti na ene ye ka sansem we eye futuo na uye sanye mani bia wankasa no ene tunhufo ne hu se emremu no entweyi because se wanye ne sa na wan tunhufo na obi ko report wa oye oyire oyewukunu a edo beko ohaw mu edo beko amanie mu ye beka bibi afa ho sexual assault eno soso eyede be ade yenuanu mitimi kwa adwumam na omone oba na se bema edi sebe agora eni se oni nidi obi hu obi no de nsa no de abone to obi hu obi no akoso ne diamond pinsim ana ofise ni nyina na eye agoro bi wo a eye agobone ye ni kromu a wanhwe yie aduba koto afiase if you be causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent ehona yenuai na sem na eto no me fi se ehona ne ho be kire no na obo audio ni tia ma me ne say you are causing rape eno de me ne no enya adwene se ehwe statutory definition of rape me sure say mo beti mase de ntia make sa asem we because you tie audio na asema ma me ne kan say you've come here to rape the child, you are a rapist just a did na o kasatia tiamu gu ne so ye nua ya confused ontimi nkan bi kra enti no me de mebo audio no ama ye nyina yetie osofo bitei wote ye no ha no ofre me as a lawyer tie nuan e de na obetimi aye atwitwa age ne ho na mini didi nkomo kakra e ka kire ne se aya sometimes no de woni pani so no emramu enye sa na aya na etie because assembly wo ho a enipa ye de yadwene timi gyaju obi ebu asem no straight away ebia ebekọ court no na afi enipa no empo na onifo na enipa ne yejai no won say public outreach na enipa pi ebuafu ese edebe na ekoso no enye right enipa no we guilty adenti na yejai no won say court a ye de mra ana eye adwuma court a ye de mra na eye adwuma enye de enipa adwene ye no na ekromwa criminal law ye fe be the actus reus and the mens rea before say betimi a convict obi of the offense no you need two main things to prove the nipa no enipa no ayede why act no anana enipa no have intention to do the act and on the mens rea no it no very very important I say you better this principle as it na aya na eya in the sense say ye bakromu a aya na sika pe no edi anim echen adesua e wo se yesua no enti ene mesre pi e say ya diverted topic ne kakra momfa ncheme na obi ka ye necessity is the mother of invention de abai na e wo se ye ka ho asem ni ti tu yenu anomofo na sebe se obi e ko sa hawo ni mu anase se obi mpo sebe o si asete trapper mana na dwene mu ebeda ho na wohu de e ko so e very 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 important because unim de e ko so a ebia na so no wa fall foul to the laws of this land na ebia ene atu unua bi no echina na ososo ye de wonam so. Now before see about start no tape no is about that say audio no is about how many minutes? It's about 17 minutes. Now ehun be hia pa say ye bebo na ye tie nie na ye wia we will come to the sexual offenses, any analysis, any efutuo add the two ye nua ye de bema mo because the American asem we say asem eto na nim say why you confuse akamanu tum. And yet the purposes of only this particular case. Immigration, justice and law solicitors, ye specialists women. Hey, your own cases be brio or the man. Immigration for a concrete for fee. And I say immigration for a chiwobi. Na ye chini pana na no on kananuntum and run say or kasasa. Kasa ni bi ompa, eni nim se onim se de war can. E ye bibi e fe self-incrimination. One kasa wo de wano e kwa yuka. Kasa wo kasa bebrebe no e do kwa koto ahanhan. Anase ohaw. Ayana sometimes you free say by talking no it will get us off the hook. But sometimes you know majority of the time no by the time enipa no eba ko fa lawyer sala ya meka na se ma no. Na onwan kasa e de nwa koto kruwa mu. Kruwa no otwe entwe uyi a enyi. Enti esa na ema lawyer for adwuma eye den na eneso so ma sheda pa na program mi ye ni twi mu no se dia ye nuanom ye beti ase ye na akoye zegezegem nya ye zagazagem se dia ya ye beti emra na se yi na se ye tu ye nuanom bi so efo na ye hu de ye be na de tosu num ebeka ho asem ye sexual offenses against children se about sexual offenses dia. Say, oh, kwako you be lie. No, catch you say, I am under 16 and mean Janicola. Because UK, Scotland, Wales, England, Republic of Northern Ireland, when it comes to sexual offenses, Akoda or ye under 16 years cannot consent to sexual offense, to sex. Enti ye fan to ya me. Se o kwa pe obi na se osimbe di 16 na se under 16 aminu ya twa ho se nipa ni mpo ka se o de mate ase a twa ho because eno beti ase e bia o ya under 16 no 30 years time afọ beka chiro se 30 years ago u rape me eno na obi to beka se obeda rape obi se wote ase a because obi abodi the age of 16 and I say obia oye under 16 legally ontimi emma consent to sexual intercourse. It's yemfan to ye pa. Now remember example only yesterday it has been published. Obia ya vote ya to ye yin say oye lord oti sebi ekromwa House of Lords washemra emra ya convicted. Yes, offenses are taking place during the 1970s. I said, "Ni pano na woye teenager. I would dim wo krom wa pa. Na me bese me bodi neti. Enti no, ye ka se ya no mehwehwe. Na newspaper publication me read it na ye hu de ye koso. Enti krom wa de ukoye bibia, men ka se we wi watiti mo. One hwe 20 years along the line, 30 years along the line, you'll be prosecuted. Enti yenye very careful. When it comes to sexual offenses against children, don't joke. Enti yenyen de to no yemona yentie na me de meka se obi a wotie bia no onyi na sumye because accent no very difficult to understand and I must say now sometimes no sometimes etu obi a na se ugina kira baka se enipa we jeja na ho se bi onipa we onye sharp enipa onya smart na sebe aya na tem bia no asem tu obi a ho na hu se wanye careful obeka nsem hunu. I'm telling you na ento wa empanimfo se ayada enti ene na chese akwanya number ewo se yenimudi saa enkomo yi enti yentie 17 minutes yentie de ekoso na daisha no judge menjeji yenue because pressure na ye de mano no miamtimu se na dwirim ye ni hey na dwirim ye ni hey. On top of that it is also no omu twa video no yira yenim de na ekoso ewo video nechi enti yenye very careful say dey see judge no because say people set up a hostile environment for you and I say intimidating environment for you one hwe ebi ade obeye no ebi kran ke be chen ye nuen wo de yentie audio no all starting no mama ni say no one is going to hurt you adenti the man kan sa asem no enti na ono e feel say eso kan sa asem no. Criminal lawyers, when they are looking at cases, these are the things that they look at. As a DNC, empo ema papai, and I say you ebie na no kasai. And these are the analysis and the lawyers ebeye to be able to build a defense. At the amano. And yenti audio no.
We're not here to hurt you, right? Why are you here?
Okay, yes, that's it.
Okay? Yeah, you know what I'm saying to you, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, these guys won't hurt you, okay?
Right.
You are under no fear of being hit or attacked at any time, okay?
Right.
Please don't be scared. We're not here to hurt you, right?
Right.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Just tell me why you're here. Are you here to meet someone?
Yeah, I'm here to
Wait.
listen.
You see, the recording or starting, you know, or say, look, please don't be scared. No one is here to hurt you. Yenti neighbor, please don't be scared. No one is here to hurt you. I didn't the man can say a question mark. I am not saying say bia ye nuano do ye no e ya na say enye nembum criminal defenses they'll be looking at the circumstances, the method of interrogation, this one could argue confession, admission ye nuano ye no, was it voluntary? Was it under duress? These are something that the defense team will be looking at. And you know, ayana enye simple sa. Said ye enipa esi hu no no. Yento ate preso nti.
What age is she?
Is that?
What age?
Myself.
What age is she?
She's still.
You see, o busane say akoda no oni ni di nkomo no na wadi mfie say wote ye nuane response o si emfie a me medi ana ye ntie ni o ye busa ne say akra na oni ni di nkomo na di mfie say no ye nuane so say o pa che say emfie a medi ana ye nkoso na ye ntie. And the criminal defense, they will analyze every piece of the information. And I must say, as a justice and law, we don't practice criminal law at the moment. Benyamiadum, Lawyer Darkom, my first degree was in criminology and criminal justice studies. And you know, amambe the basics about criminal law and the criminal justice process. And untina ene metimi abaha minimum sankomo we, you know. Because if you are doing forensics and analysis, you are able to look at each piece of evidence and analyze it and look at its effect and its impact. Why certain things occur. na ewiase ne ehu ese be call law be call university me criminal justice and criminal studies. Sometimes it felt like say I have wasted my time or I've thrown money away. But at times like this, then you see the significance and its importance. And you know, you bekoso na ya bo tape na yeti. Because ye busa ne say, akra no ni di command wadi mfie say no. Me nyen aye confused. Accent no aye very difficult to understand. Sabi ye kra yatena system ni mache, Babylon system ni mache no. Na e wose ye yi aso ne ete aso na yetie nie. Enti no ye beto aso. Ye busa ne say akra ne di mfie say, or say oh you mean by myself. You are not confused. They are not cause video in channel. Nobody knows because they did not film it. And you know, yentuaso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you here to meet her? What you want to do there?
Honestly.
What you want to do there?
I came to meet her.
Listen.
I came to
Your
meet
broken
her.
English is pish.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that, okay? Why you here to meet her?
I came to meet her.
Why? Get your hands out your pockets.
To have a normal conversation with her.
To have a conversation.
Normal conversation.
So, does a conversation include raping a child?
No.
No. So what are we going to have sex with?
Okay. Obusane say, oh ba ababa yedi. I don't say me ba abeshia na nam have normal conversation. Yenhwe asama okai. And the conversation means that you are coming here to rape a child. Obusano also babe have a conversation. And a waka edi ashana no. As a conversation not to come here and rape a child. Me free say ye busano na nyasa answer no de mai. But o share the response na it looks like say you know it's questionable. Yen poso yenti.
I have no intention to rape anyone.
Oh, you know, so...
Yes,
excuse me, don't speak over me. It's rude, right?
Right.
Right. You're in this country because you're doing a degree, am I correct?
Pardon?
You're doing a degree.
Yeah, I'm doing a degree.
I can do this loud and proud, or I'll just stay quiet, right?
You see, Obusane said you are doing a degree, correct? Meaning you are confused on Tiasie. And sana mami enyan to boasie a pronouncing ye obeti asie.
To you. You're not under any threat here. Nobody's here to hurt you. You've arrived here. You've travelled.
I say you are not under threat here. Adentina a man can't say no. Say Onofi say he's not under threat. He should know that himself. And you know, if you are trying to tell him say you are not under threat here, what does that mean? Personally, a question mark. And this is something that, you know, defense lawyers will be looking at. Yankoso.
For Paisley to come here today to be a 14-year-old child. Wait a second, I've asked you a question, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Right, okay, and you have said to that child that you're going to kiss it and you're going to have sex with her. Okay, don't laugh, it's not. Please, seriously, don't.
Okay, I have a problem, no. Urim say, or can't say mission no. Or catch and say, what bahasa you are coming to have sex with a 14-year-old. Or cancer, no. Yen esre. Na sadie we our Ghana for so, and no dear mano de subina so, a yenekore, esemeka. Uni wouldn't ati when you bring about something, no. Or catch and no say. And I say, when you are serious about issue, no BBS here, uti bomo, no when you no say. And yes, or seresa or siriwo. But minim your coach muno say asonshia ba. And I say BB serious is here. I say a nervous laugh. Now after am I just some serious small serious bi. A chrome one should be born so. Obi any abreno, o ko jina ko fefe bosin. One hwe yi, obi tu ani so. Minim obi ebi ato. Ani bra ba no. Ghana ni bie na no sere. Nani ba no so Jamaica ni abole ni so. I say any bra ba no jina wo sere. What the hell are you laughing about? As more ka kire no no. Enti eyade a ye hwe ni ye dwumam baby ebeko bia no ani bra ba amasa ye nsere wo ho no. Because any bria in soja ana baby enu ani bre aba ye di be yi concert enti sade no e wo say ye di afutu pa nye ye very very careful about that yenko so yenko ye nim.
Don't laugh. Raping our kids is nothing to be laughed at, okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay, do you understand that?
I do understand.
Right, so, you're in your 20s. Why do you want to rape your kids?
I have no intention to rape her.
But you're in a relationship with...
Myself, in my mindset, the normal conversation that
Excuse me. Speak properly.
Yes. Myself, you had a conversation regarding to,
You were speaking to a 14-year-old.
Yeah. She told me
She told you?
She told me she's 14 years.
Yes, and you've arrived. Excuse me, you know the law? Do you know the law?
Yeah,
So what age are you meant to be to have sex in this country?
No, I have no intention to have sex.
I have, because you've said it there.
Yes, but I have no intention because I know
You know your what?
I know myself that
You know yourself, it's wrong. So why you arrived here today to rape a child?
I came here to meet her because I don't know her. And
Oh, right, but what age is it that you need to be to have sex? What age do you need to be to have sex? Get up, that piss doesn't work, get
I
up,
cannot have sex with her.
get up. Don't ever kneel in front of me again, that piss doesn't mean anything, you alright? Okay, you're in our country, right, you've came to our country from Ghana, am I right?
I'm from Ghana.
You're from Ghana, okay. Can you have sex with a child at 14 in Ghana?
I cannot have sex.
Can you have, I'm asking a question, can you have sex with a child at 14 in Ghana?
I cannot have sex with a child 14 years in Ghana.
So you can't do it here either?
I cannot do here. And
But
I
you're
will
here to
never-
do
I will
it.
never
You're
in
here
my
to do
life.
it. You're here to do it.
No, I will never in my life. I will never in
Excuse
my
me.
life.
Excuse me. Why did you say it? We'll have sex. I know. Wait for that. Wait. I've not finished. I've not finished.
Yes.
95% of 14-year-olds don't think it hurts. How would you know that? You can hear me. You understand me, all right?
95.
You're doing a degree at Paisley.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
How would I know that? Why would I be here if you weren't sexually grooming a 14-year-old child online?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
What?
I'm saying. That I cannot have sex with her.
But why you said to her you will?
I cannot have sex with
Why
her.
you said you will?
Because I said because I don't know her, and then she said she has dated before. She has
What?
dated before. She has actually.
She has not had sex before and she
Yes.
told you she hadn't.
She told me she has
You-
not. She told
That's
me she
correct.
has not
And
had-
you said it's
and
okay,
I-
I'm going to learn you.
No.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
I told her that.
You told her what?
It's just a normal conversation that I was having. I have no intention to tell her that I have to.
Don't stop speaking like that. Your English is really fucking good, by the way. Right? So, Denny, please don't try and ban me up. I didn't take kindly to people trying to fucking ban me up, right? You told this 14-year-old that you were coming here today, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
And you've travelled all the way from Paisley to here, wait a wee second, from Paisley to here to have sex with a 14-year-old child. She told you she hadn't had sex before.
Yes.
You said it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll learn you.
Yeah.
How dare you?
The
How
reason-
dare you?
The reason why.
Why?
The reason why I told her that I will.
Because you wanted to rape her?
No, I was
Yes.
saying that
Yes.
I have no intention because
You had.
I knew.
You're lying.
And even I told
You're
my brother-
lying.
I told
You're
my brother-
lying.
No, I'm not lying.
You're lying. You're lying. And I'm not your mum. Don't say that to me. Okay? I'm not your mum, so please don't say that. Okay?
I told her that honestly.
You told her you were going to have sex with her. You're going to learn her how to have sex.
Yes, the reason why I
You've travelled from Paisley here.
Yeah, I
Why
come
you
from
travelled
Paisley.
then? Why you
I come
travelled
from-
to say hiya? You
I
didn't need to travel to say hello.
Just one intention.
But thy one intention was to rape our kids.
No.
Yes, it was.
No, the intention is that.
What you said to her? What did you say to
The
her?
intention is that I just want to come and see her.
Oh, see her, what for?
And then she
Why you want to see a 14-year-old wee girl?
She even told me that
Why are you wanting to see a 14-year-old child?
I see her.
Why?
I see her to be my younger.
You're in a relationship, you said.
No.
And mummy's not to see it, or you
I
said.
see her to be my younger sister.
You said, and mum's not to, you were worried that
Yes.
mum would see that.
Yes, I told her that.
Yeah.
She told
Why are
me
you
that-
worried
she
then?
told me that the,
Why are you worried? Why would you be worried if her mum seen it, if you had no intention of raping your kids?
Yes, the reason why I was.
Why
worried-
did you travel from Paisley here?
The reason why I
Don't
traveled
tell me
from
it's to say
Paisley-
hello. Please don't rip the piss out of me.
The reason why I traveled from Paisley.
Because you came here
I
to
came
have
here to see
sex,
her.
to rape our kids.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you
No,
did. I'm going to tell you. Kim, I'm going to tell you. You're the second man from Ghana I've got. Do you ken that? Aye. Pardon you. Pardon you. You should be bloody disgusted with your bloody self.
I know the chatting that you did.
Why you not came here to rape a child?
No, I'm not here.
Why are you here to rape her kids?
I swear.
You're doing a degree.
I'm doing a degree. I swear. I swear. I swear that.
Don't you swear at me.
I'm not
Right?
here to
Look,
rape her.
you're here to rape a 14-year-old child.
Honestly, I'm not even.
So why are you here? You can talk to her on the phone.
Even come here.
You can speak to the way you were communicating her. You didn't need. You could communicate the way you were. You didn't need to turn up here to rape her. You clearly travelled to rape her children.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No intention.
Bullshit.
No intention because I knew.
Do you need a hanky? Do you want a hanky? Your mouth that's dribbling shite.
I know what.
Dribbling shit.
Traveling.
Your mouth. You're talking shite. Don't act as though you don't know what I'm talking about, right? Because you're very intelligent.
Sorry. You could see, say, dear Mamineka on Tishi, and dear, it's very, very clear. The accent is very, very difficult to understand, and you really had to pay attention to what, what was happening there. The reason why I was laughing a bit is that, you could see, say, on Tishi Mamineka. That is a fact. Eti me free say a hono no esanka wakana no tum. And I say so uno bi kasana say untia eye important ese eso kama no tum. Because if you just pretend ese you understand, now you start basically agreeing to what the person is saying. You are agreeing and you are putting yourself in a mess. Because Okachane say, do you have handkerchief? Do you have hanky? Yemi until your workano. And also I say, what? Pardon? What? Okachan say your nose is dribbling of shit. Sorry to use that word. But then again, Yemi not until or up to now, until him American. So even personally, let me say, Yemi ano na onimu mrana ewo krumo sanku nima. I can say most of the conversation it taking place, it would not have taken place. Young Koso na yeti.
Yes.
Right, you're very intelligent. Why do you want a picture of friends?
Yes.
Why did you want a picture of her friends?
The picture of a friend.
Yes, why you want a picture of your friends?
The picture of a friend that I told her that I wanted from him. Because
Why?
I don't know her friends.
Why?
And then plus
Well, you don't need to know her friends, they're 14. You don't need to know her kids.
yeah, I don't know
You
her.
don't need to know her kids, leave her kids alone.
I don't know her. And the person.
So why you want to see your kids? Why you want to see your pals? Why do you want to see your friends?
Her friend.
Photo, send me a photo, send me a photo, send me a photo.
And honestly,
What did you do? You sent a photo of
honestly,
years
honestly,
old. Are you still yapping shite to me?
honestly for me.
Excuse me.
Honestly
You
for
have
me.
travelled from Paisley to here.
Yes.
How long did it take you to travel here?
I think
1
hour.
No. How much? One hour bit? 45, nearly 2 hours it took you to travel here.
Yes.
2 hours, that's correct. To come and say hi to a 14-year-old child.
I just came.
Are you serious?
I just came to say hi to her.
Seriously?
Yes, madam. I just came to.
You
say,
came to say hiya.
I just came
Ah,
to say hi to because
right.
one.
What about sex?
One.
What about sex?
One.
Don't you warn me. I'm asking you a question,
One.
please. Don't be rude.
I
Listen.
understand.
Listen to
I
me.
understand.
Listen to me. I'm an adult. I'm not a 14-year-old child, okay? I have got the evidence here to provide that you have travelled 2 hours to come and rape a 14-year-old child. What age is it to have sex here? Listen, you do know because you knew 95%. 95% of 14-year-olds don't feel sore when they get raped. You stated that. You stated that.
I know on the chart that
Seriously?
You might had a conversation on.
You've travelled 2 hours to come and rape a 14-year-old child. You said about having sex. She had to tell you if it got sore.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, she told you
Thank
that-
you very much. Stop please. So she told you that, am I correct?
Yes.
You said to her, if it's sore, tell me and I'll stop. Am I correct? Yes. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And you've travelled 2 hours to come here.
Yes.
Right. Wait. So you've come to Paisley, you had to go to Glasgow. Then you got a bus to Glasgow, then you got a bus to here.
Yes.
But you had to go on a different bus to get to this bit.
Yes.
So you've been on what's that, 1, 2, 3 buses, 4 buses to get, wait, what, excuse me, I've not finished, 4 buses to get to see this 14-year-old child that you wanted to, stop looking at they guys, they're not here to hurt you, they're not, listen, excuse me, Janet, listen to me, listen, look at me, listen to me, listen to me, excuse me, are you going to be quiet? Thanks very much, thanks, right, aye, what's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Anything for me.
What?
Anything for me. I'm the kind of person I like.
You're a kind of person who sexually grooms our kids online.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You've travelled over 2 hours to get here to meet and rape a 14-year-old child. But why are you here? It's not to say hello.
Yes, I don't know her.
Is your mum going to be in? Is she going to be what? What about your auntie? What about your pals? Have they got boyfriends? Do they have sex? Have you had sex before?
No, I've not had.
Hey, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I don't know her.
So you travelled over 2 hours to come and say, oh, look at you, I can see you in person. Don't talk pish. Don't talk pish. Excuse me. They are not here to hurt you. Right? You are not under any threat here. Nobody's here to harm you. Right? We're here to stop scum like you raping our kids. Okay? You have been sexually grooming a 14-year-old child. You've turned up 2 hours. 2 hours. Just show the guys where your hands are, okay? 2 hours you've travelled to come here to rape a 14-year-old. Am I correct? There's no point looking at them. Honestly, I'm like one of the bad smells. Listen to me. You're a very intelligent person, okay? Okay? Very clever. Very, very clever. Okay? Were you in London before you came up here doing your degree?
I was in London.
Yes, you were in London. And then you came up here and you went to Paisley, because that's where you've travelled from.
I was
Because, well, it's free to do your studying up here and get your degrees and all that shit, isn't it?
I was in London though.
Well, you know.
I was in London.
So when did you come into your country? And I will say our country, because this is your country, because you're from Ghana, and I'm not being racist in any way, shape or form. This is our country, this is our kids. Why you want to rape our kids?
Mom.
I'm not your mum, so please stop saying that to me, okay? I'm not your madam either, okay?
And it's for me.
Did you travel 2 hours to come and meet a 14-year-old?
No, I said the fact that I actually sent that message regarding to sex and stuff.
Say that again, sorry. Speak up, please. I can't hear you.
I said the fact
Yeah.
that I actually sent her the message regarding to sex.
To sex. That's correct.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
And
You did.
In my clear intention.
And you wouldn't have travelled 2 hours if you had no intention to rape her.
Clear intention.
If you wouldn't have travelled 2 hours if you didn't want to rape her. Why did you want to make sure her mum wasn't going to be in? I'm speaking, don't be rude, that's rude.
Yeah.
That actually is rude. So, you've asked if her mum would be in, you've asked if her friends would be in, you've asked if anybody would be in her house, would anybody come. You didn't want to interrupt it, okay? So, can I just say something? You also sent her pictures of yourself lying on your bed last night, am I correct?
Yes, she said.
Right, well,
yes.
excuse me, I'm asking, wait now, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So you've travelled over 2 hours to come and rape a 14-year-old. She can't have sex.
She can't have sex.
She can't have sex.
She can.
Oh, she can. All right, okay.
She can't have sex.
Oh, she can.
She can't have sex.
Okay, so why do you want to have sex? Why do you want to rape her
I
then?
knew she can't have sex.
Well, why? Come here
The
then.
reason why-
Why you came?
Mom, I can say I should come. The reason why I came here is that
You came
I
to
see
rape
her-
a
I see her-
14-year-old
I see her-
child.
No,
Yes.
myself, I like friends.
Oh, you like friends?
Myself,
Try and get friends your own age.
I like
Leave your kids alone.
And then not supposed to my age. She told me she's
14.
Yes. And I said, okay, you are 14 years.
Yeah.
I don't have any bad intention being, having sex or that, something like that. But
Bullshit.
in our conversation,
Nah.
something of that sort actually pop up.
You have travelled 2 hours to rape
Yes.
a 14-year-old child. Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I cannot have sex with my younger sister.
I know. What?
I cannot have sex with my. I see her.
A younger sister? Anna? Whoa. You're taking this down a different level here. Right, listen to me. You have travelled 2 hours today to come and rape a 14-year-old child. You have stated to her that you will take it easy. You've also stated you love her. Put your mask on, please, if you don't mind. No, don't bother. We're all right, we're all covered. We've all got masks on anyway, right? So what I'm saying to you is, what's wrong with you? You realise what you've done? You realise it's wrong?
What I've done,
Yeah?
honestly,
You know it's wrong?
Yes, but
Yeah?
I came here not to have sex.
Yeah, you did. You told her you were going to have sex. And she had to let you know how sore it was. And you would stop.
No, I came
Yeah,
here.
you did.
I came here.
Yeah, you did.
I did it for fun.
You done it for...
like
Sorry? You done it for fun?
I know what I'm saying.
You done it for
It's
fun?
it's
Did you say you done it for fun?
No, actually...
No. Did you just say to me, I done this for fun?
The conversation was like, I felt so interested. Like, wow.
What? But she's gorgeous, isn't she? She's pretty, isn't she? You're in a relationship, eh? You love her. You told her. I love you.
Yeah, I told her that I love her.
Ah, you told her. That's
I
correct.
love
You
her.
did
I
say
love
that.
her.
So how can you love
I love her based
How
on
can... Wait, how can you love a 14-year-old child? Can you not get someone your own age and leave her kids alone?
I love her based on the fact that
You're scum.
she's just young. And
Scum.
And then she's...
I don't like you. I don't like people like you. I don't like people like you who want to rape your kids. Our kids should remain innocent. You have came all the way from Ghana and you're going to rape one of our kids. Well, yeah, because she's 14.
Yes.
What age do you need to be to have sex?
I don't have any intention to have sex with her. Honestly, I don't have any intention to have sex.
You what? Excuse me?
Any intention to have sex with her.
You do. You said you would. You said if it hurts, tell me. I'll take it gentle. I'll show you what today I'm going to learn
I know
you.
the circumstance involved.
Right, but you've said all that. So why would you say it if you're not coming here to do it? And why would you travel over 2 hours to get to this location to rape her?
I came to see her.
Yeah, and you said, well, have sex,
No.
and if it hurts, I know what I'm doing. Guys, stand your ground now. Leave our kids alone. You've met STS. Don't go back near our kids. And by the way, I can just let you know, excuse me, I'm having you arrested. The police are coming. Okay? Thank you. For sure. Bad reaction you haven't. Leave your fucking kids alone. How you guys?
It's here for William Masuma. Said ye mutie yen anase said ye na no yasumi ye tie no. Ekromo a se one oba one bema na se oye under 16 a eno na eye the age se oye under 16 a don't try it. Any attempt, you could end up in the same situation. The style of the interrogation, rightly or wrongly, and no dear, me feel say a police in seven. Omuna ombe make a decision as to the admissibility of that conversation and the answers that were provided. Some would argue, say, na okika inception no. It was hostile. It was intimidating. She kept saying that your life is not under threat. Do not be scared. No one is going to harm you. The question I mean, Busame on say, Edientina ofili the need to be given that assurance. Is it because the atmosphere was very intimidating? Or was it? Did it look like the person was in danger some way, somehow? These are questions that defense lawyers may ask. Etino, I say, and the years you actually crano, you who say akoda, and I say ubi, or you're under the age of 16, do not go there. That is the general law. Because ubia or you're under the age of 16, unto me, Emma will consent. And to any attempt whatsoever will mean that basically the person have not consented. And I say only oba ekodana so ye under 16, the person cannot give consent even if any panaka se wate ase ene ni empema agora emremu no ontimi nti ase enuntina amama me ka ne say you came here to rape a 14-year-old child. She kept repeating it, she kept repeating it, she kept repeating it. And also say he did not have any intention to come and do that. And not there, it will be down to the jury to make a decision relation to that. A very sad scenario. But a idea is and not there, any say and for emanaye or mumama. Aya emre pino, a 2 union no man. ayana 10 bia no ye de ahye ye ho ye nka empo ema obi ente ye bi mo ye deport bi e de bia kofie because omene akra kodi nkomo internet ye fe grooming a child for sexual intercourse, and I say grooming a child for sexual satisfaction, especially omu naked internet so no more send the pictures, no more send the videos. A idea personally me dwene ho abenti but sade bi so ye. I remember in criminal law there was a case, the case of R versus George. Ono de bakosi R versus Livingston. O make a phone call na ofa na aka say hello and then niaje na wonya the sexual gratification. Bakosi so de o your na so do shoes to a ofa shoe na no wiem na wonya the sexual gratification. O dwene ho a say eyedam but obia ne say de o sitie and obia ne fantasies ene enema ekoso na dwene. Only that person knows. And in this particular case, very, very sad. As a abanisa, say ono ankasa by admission, what bit say akwanika chen say we 14 years. Meaning say one tiasio, say no ya wewu, anakasa no wakase bio. I just don't get it. You know, and the whole video, I can see say na enipano were very, very confused. And it also appears say he was very, very scared of where he was. You know, that is the reason, I think by inference, that is the reason why the assurance was given to him over and over that no one is going to hurt you. We are not here to hurt you. We are calling police, blah, 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 blah. You know, so it's very interesting and we will see what will come out of this case as to whether, you know, he'll be convicted or not. But what did not help is that, you know, this country, even if police or immigration, law enforcers, if they stop you and they want to ask you questions, they will tell you, I say you have the right to remain silent. That means you don't need to engage in any conversation with anybody. You can choose to be silent. Why? That common law right has been kept in the statutes. Police Act of 1984 as amended, Police and Criminal Evidence Act. Because we feel so very, very important. I say everyone has got the right not to self-incriminate him or herself. And therefore, very, very important. I say when you are under pressure, you don't know what is going on or your mind is confused. It is always best and it's always advisable. Any lawyer will tell you that is possibly best if you are not sure of what is happening. If you don't understand what is going on, to exercise your right to remain silent. Why is it important? Because ushe oduya yenye aka SMP. The question I'm going say do oke kano no nim do oke kana. Do oke kano na otiasiedi. Because whatever was being said from where I stand, you know, it seems to me say he was simply just agreeing. You can't say na wante or say pardon, but many can no repeat it many can, which creates an impression say he is admitting whatever was being said to him. So the method of interrogation is also basically that in itself is also questionable. One will argue because it was very, 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 you know, aggressive, and at the same time, you need to be at your say, okay, can't sanction or not. Well, I mean, he could have just kept his mouth shut. He could have, made the decision not to talk, but he kept talking, and the more he was talking, the more he was putting himself into, you know, very difficult circumstances and situation. So now, yasha audio yi afutu obey anase emra no e de na wo ho ayede be ma yemia no. Yenhwe Sexual Offences Act of 2003. Now, Sexual Offences Act, it has created at least over 50 different types of offenses regarding sex. Now, me feel say important, say the most important parts, you know, eno na me pese me ka eho asem ekire yenuanom ene. The first part I make ho asem rape. Statutory definition of rape. Before 1992, na bema waware oba na emremuni de rape cannot take place in marriage. But case we call court R, the case of R, 1992, I think. A court no, and a court in making decision said no. Say oba empony bema aware. Na say sexual sex be a question. Na say one of the parties do not consent, then it could amount to rape. Now definition of rape is also no a change under section 1 of the Sexual Offences Act of 2003, which provides as follows. To we me baby reading a potokasim. If we are now ya na amount for atiasi. Or say a person that is A commits an offense if he intentionally penetrates the vagina, anus, or mouth of another person B with his penis. 2. B does not consent to the penetration. And A does not reasonably believe that B consents. Whether A belief is reasonable is to be determined having regard to all the circumstances, including and steps A has taken to ascertain whether B consents. Section 75 and 76 apply to offense under this section, and it reads as follows. This offense can be broken down in 2 parts. Penetration with the defendant's penis of the complainant's vagina, anus, or mouth. The complainant did not consent. The penetration was intentional. The defendant did not reasonably believe that the complainant consented. So by definition, what it means, says that when you put a woho, now wo bema no sabi o de wo bema e ko hye oba nanum anase nachi anase nanim na se oba no ante ase anase oba no ama opini ese fa ye saade no na you intended ese sana obeye a na wo yes ade no wan kasa wonim se na oba no anyi ntum se yes ade na emramu no wato mona a ye free rape enti yen hye ne so pa se oye wo yire se oye wo kunu now said there is a penetration because the definition has changed a bit. Enti say no bema kra so yetimi rape bema. If there is a penetration, if you can use something to penetrate the person, other than a chi, another than a nim, another than a num, and run say a offense. And it does not matter, say, what worry or bano. Say, what worry or bano, and no Emma with licenses say, Opo, Ompo, Duka Daya, no mercy for the cripple. Oh, yes, I pay, and Remuno, Watu. Mona entina genshane so papa and some koso ebu kromu ano na sometimes no enkrofo nim because of culture baby aye free ba no wo ye den kokasa obi awrepu ne yire o ka kra ebesrew but ohima kromu ade se wunim na se oba in particular officer oye wo yire what did not one more? Was it there be my brain jai men yes idea no? Wouldn't pass or resist it. Oh, who dare say minty now I cannot one more. And ye pam pine. We are no sorry, not to baby. And Remuno a ye rape because consent has not been given. The question of Kofobusane say, what if we say beginning in wajiatu? Ebia enyema koso na no oba ne say ebia jai uprame menye biem o se me ene ampe bedwa me jai da menya start ne de gise me wie cases akọ court ama ye de nkrofo akọ to prison so barka cho say jaya ho na ese wi jai when jai pe e de oba akoto asem and when you find a withdrawal of consent, if you're beginning, we give you consent. If you're beginning, we mount the green light. If you're beginning, on impona a initiative. By the time of the say Jino, and yeah, baby, I would Rubiano. So what do Jerusalem now? Won't knock gate the Korana. You have to come back to Earth, planet Earth. And yes, our pet will commit marital rape. And you know, yenshene and so papa. And you're very, very important because culturally, ayana yenyan baby a free bano. We find it very difficult to understand. Gentia, it's me edi ebanisa se ubiajatum na afe or say matching idea atwi assign. There has been so many cases Akko court. Na me babe kan this interesting case. This case R and Haisa. Now this is a case. The complainant was a 16-year-old girl who got into a car with 3 strangers after drinking heavily. She alleged that she was raped in the car. The complainant gave evidence at trial that she remembered being asked by the defendant for sex, but could not remember her reply. She also remembered her clothes being removed and having sex with the defendant. But although she thought that she might have told the defendant to stop or tried to push him off, she could not be sure because she was drunk. The complainant did not think that she had sexual intercourse willingly and did not think that she would have consented in these circumstances. When the defendant had finished, one of the other occupants of the car asked the complainant if it was his turn, to which she replied no. The trial judge initially submitted to the defense's submission of no case to answer, but the Court of Appeal remitted the matter back to the court for the case to be continued. It was stated that it would be extremely unusual for a situation to arise where a vulnerable 16-year-old was found to consent to sex with stranger whom she had only met a few minutes before. It did not matter for these purposes that the complainant may not have expressly said no, or that she may not have put up some kind of physical resistance. The jury will still be able to convict. This is a case. Enipa na no watu ne numu tu. Esadie one ba ko beda na emiso wieye no ana ada gangs no so eye de atusi ne so even the ojitu bukra so ne na no ono kra so akire ne ho be kire no because judge ne say onji ni say a 16-year-old senanka ono mo nsa obema strangers aye ne sa enu nti no the jury can still find them guilty. All the 3 people Entina Jenfanye Ashie. Say there's one case. Oba Apochi Bema and Obisa said, did you want to shag me? Or none I didn't who call you. And so Bema no I didn't who call you no okusi so no. Afi ebeye asem ema no. Enti when eye afutu ade ma yenu no pa. Aya na emre pi no. ye de enema bi edi agro ewo kromu ano na ekromu a emra ne kawa wan hwe yie enya de a wasumbejo wasumbeyeshi enti eye afutu the tosu assault by penetration. Assault by penetration. Section 2 of the Sexual Offences Act of 2003 defines assault by penetration as follows. A person A commits an offense if he intentionally penetrates the vagina or anus of another person with a part of his body or anything else. So assault by penetration, where a person intentionally penetrates the vagina or anus of another person with a part of his body or anything else. And it's a ukita bibi. Now they question obiase and answer nechia. And no, by definition, you know, a assault by penetration. The penetration must be of sexual nature. And B, which is the person does not consent to the penetration, and A, does not reasonably believe that B consents. And you know, say, oh yeah, obi, now they want to obi asia. Eso who say a assault by penetration. And also yemfa entu yetrim obi ohonoma juwa wodi ano no. Onye opportunity bia na odi nsem hu no. Wan hwe yi odi oho eba akoto asem. Enti yenye very very careful. Case we call court IFN R&H. And no, the defendant had pulled at the complainant's tracksuit bottoms and had said to her, "Do you fancy a shark?" The defendant had pulled at the complainant's tracksuit bottoms and had said to her, "Do you fancy a shark?" Defendant no was so obi tracksuit na wa twen kofo and wa ka che ne say, "O pese me wo so wana." Sani ebeka no. The trial judge held that the comments made by the defendant in connection with his actions made the act sexual in nature. Enti obi wo ho a na akoso obi na o kan ensem adwuma mu enkombo bone anase agrobone a ebi mu di. Eno no edu beto asen. Na akoso obi agim. Now check off for did you want a shark? And no judge, you know, I can plain a sexual nature. And it says that the correct approach is to take each element in turn. And basically, in this case, the person was convicted. And you know, and also so yemfa into yetrim. Section 3 deals with sexual assault of Sexual Offences Act. And also a person commits an offense if he intentionally touches another person. Sexual assault. So if you intentionally touches another person, the touching is of sexual nature and the person that you are touching does not consent to the touching, and the person does not reasonably believe that any person will touching or no, wajia to say touching. And when you know, asiane say, men kosuso ubim. Se ukosuso ubim, na se so awuso ni mu no a sexual nature. Na se nipa na anyi ntumi se so ni mu. Na wa wugidi say enipa ni nyi ntumi se so ni mu saa. It amounts to sexual assault. Na sasem we me di ba be example a kyerɛw enyumam esipa alo yadakon cases have come before me a yayi bi modi ewo adwumam because ordinance akoso obem na aya na de enwa say so bad in so beem a culturally no aya na yehu ni say eye such a big deal but beem de ne akoso obem a aya na eye big deal eno nti na so tu hu fo no because cases about many ma eme say oba ne beem a omudi someone who say they play silly games obani hu beem na no akoso beem ni sisi o so hu ni wona mo beem ni so hu oba na no de ne sa akobo ne to o say eh wo if any saying wo search engine enti ayagro omienu omudi some people have actually witnessed it at the workplace beem ni timu oba no akoso ni nufu oba ni so hu no akoso ni beem minim de omo pa akire na weina adabidie omo ye adwuma na emese oba ne ko share lifting o share lifting no opia lift na eba be kan tu mu no ana bema no so diri ka ko share lifting mu de ko so wo lifting mu de ende omo nkwa na omunim oba ni di esum epie free lifting mu o kikem ese bema na be so ni mu emba eno managers ni bebre eba ho omutie oba ni statement omo no mugina lift na no mu hu se odrimika e free lift ni ma o kikem no ebedi adanse eba ne sa no omo interview bema no omo interview bema ni wie ye no omo ji oba ni di ama straight away omo fire bema no omo yi bema ne di no bema ni di case ne by justice and law solicitors now ode buy ni busa ni two questions the catcher ne say allegation na omo aye against you no sa allegation eye nekura na say enye nekure de me peti ano no o say enye nekure me busa ni say are you prepared to come to court and defend the say enye nekure o say yes that was it and we took on the employer in the end you know whether it is true or not na employer no any enough evidence lifting him na camera emu Emma omoso a omodi adanse say say na omufiri say esi ye no omankasa ehu ade no na embom they are basing their facts from hearsay from what the lady told them afi edu say ba be court no na afi employer ni defense ni na obi edwane enti they could not come forward as a result no Emma me client no ewe ne a handsome compensation sene yampo eno de oni nyam yasem media as we catch them and say ensisa miss mijididi enti maye madwuma as a lawyer so ko catch them say sa ne see dia community ni nya ho hwe na emom o say enye sa ne see no I was in there and therefore I have to do my job I sometimes for say lawyer for eboa boni lawyer for mo aboni o ye de we are not judges we don't judge the even back at you no eno that be ye adwuma enti so case mu ye fight e ma nipa na we ne handsome compensation ema chese officer ono so nya ne justice enti oyo ba oye bema na no bi di sa agrobone na be very careful ebia ene oye eye ne de afi echira no na wa turn around na wa allege or making allegation against you wa hwe yi na akoye eyie edi ni akoyi wedi ewa adwumam eye ade a etaisi I've come across so many cases sa pepepe na esiye na sa offenses are very very difficult to be able to prove unless say you have enough evidence witnesses who witness it. You know, sexual offenses is always difficult. Sabi say o de ufru train po na so bi di no betwitwi a menu atwe ho wan hwe yie o de akodo beto asem e very very serious issues. Enti no aya ye nhye ne so say ogire mpo na ne wo ho na say omba will consent na o de wonsa di agroko baabi na say baby bonny na say na ni nye ho a e wo say ujai ni straight away because agra de ye agra ema e de sere eba obi anim enya de e bema wo nkwa wasere na de awerho ani sum abre wo bi eno ye agrobone enti ye hwe ni ye ekromo amra de egumra ne so enti ye very 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 careful enti sexual assault say o de wonsa ebe so obi mu the intention is to touch someone and touching the person is of sexual nature because with me touching will be na ebia o robu nipa nsa no or touching someone in itself no may not be sexual assault, but when you're so depending on say oh kerosene pana afi no na is leading to sexually nature of the touching na afi no edo kwakoto asemu or touching the pan so no unim say ni pan no empe and I say the person wouldn't like it and say it's of sexual nature and the person will not give consent and one can say unim say ni pan no ain't give consent and so no you go ahead and do it anyway. Oh yes, ana how ebetini abel. The Rebecca one and I said the also causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent, which is section 4 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003, and it provides as follows. A person A commits an offense if he intentionally causes another person B to engage in an activity. The activity is sexual, and B does not consent to the engaging in the activity, and A does not reasonably believe that B consents. Once again, you causes someone to engage in sexual activity. A bia what shall say any obi edin komo internet so no akache ni pan say upese mo have offense and phone sex and say video sex whatever it is. Now, after you are encouraging the person to engage in such activity, a year of sexual nature, and also one shey or de ohun ebeba akwakoto asemu. Very important. I say you be aware of these things because emrepi no ana if he say eda form if he say any big deal. Ne kromwa emrani so mu a ana be hu say yes enough form enye easy. Semrani so ma ase emrani ni ho ana se emrani enye adwuma. Ne kroma so emrani so ma yempa two de bi e kasa asem emra so krom na okogina ho. Oh ma'am, I'm begging you. Oh ma'am, misrew. Massa, forget it. E kromwa yempa two. Ana one thing that you can also not do. And he say unim said ya wo ye nenye. Na ekromu akora waka che say men kan churu bia ene masa wase kra. Don't tell your mother, don't tell your father, you are joking. Odefo neto so no okoba mane because na dwiri mu no na question obusa na ho ne say e die na aba wotri mu nti a umpese obi bete anase obi bi hu enti ene no de udi agro oti ye na so wo kan sa asem na no okwa report enti fa hye wadwiri mu sa. And sanity. And causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent. Section 4 of the Sexual Offences Act. If you intentionally causes another person to engage in an activity, the activity is of sexual nature, and the person does not consent to engaging in the activity, and you as a person does not reasonably believe that B consents. If a person is under the age of 16, they cannot give consent. And to say by law, no, a general rule, the person cannot consent. Uko diagro, ubede prison. One akra ko di inkomo of sexual nature, ewo computer so, internet so massa, you are knocking on prison door. Men fam ko diagro. And tiano the emotion and so sexual offenses against the person or against children. Section 5 to Section 15 of the Sexual Offences Act contain a number of offenses related to children. And basically, don't go there. If you are in a position of trust, and also so sheniye, papa. I say ya mawa juma na woye na ebia wo vulnerable people. Na uko jeja wo no, udi agro obedem. Enti and also so munhwe diye papa. Na ene de metin aka about sexual offenses no hono. Internet ababa ye bibia citizens vigilante e de trapo nkrofo. Na sede omusi ye omadwumani nie ene mede betudwa na ye nuanom yesua lesson na frame. Ebia obeko internet so sede na ye nua yi kan. I say I do not have any intention. I do not have any intention. I do not have any intention. Osina oni any intention bia se oba beshira 14-year-old, you know, and then about beda. The question is say, Adentina what travel about 1.5 hours according to his evidence. No 2 hours na many days no. Say Obabishia a 14-year-old. Yenye yasa jia to mu say akrane ka che ne say we di 14. Me dwene ho a menti ase why intia o follow ni true. But then again, kasa na ye kasa ni nyina so no, one will argue say na ye kasa hye na no. Dena ma mene ka no no oti ase ana. These are questions are ye na esi ebusa. On one hand, no some will argue say na onti ase because the can be no or say yeah, huh? You could see as you na or struggle to understand. Or catch and say your nose is being or say your nose is dribbled of shit. Or say, huh? Not until the mammy no air cano. Or say you are doing a degree. Now you age now why you're confused. It's sad. You know, the guy was actually confused. You can see from his face. That's my interpretation. I could be wrong. And you keep telling him, don't be scared. No one is going to hurt you. We are not going to hurt you. Why was she saying that? But all that I will say to you, and they said, there is a defense. You know, there is a defense. I.e., when you are in a distressful situation, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to seek legal advice before you start talking. Because the more you talk, the more you are talking, the more you talk yourself into trouble. I must say, yen and some of you can, yeah. And no, your friend is self-incrimination. Or no, I didn't want to to a same with no a. But the question is, that type of evidence, is it admissible? When it comes to admissibility of evidence, this evidence, the prosecutor might argue, say it amounts to confession. It was given voluntarily. The defense may argue that this evidence was obtained under duress because the setup, na ebia koso ewo video nechi ebia it was intimidating, and therefore if the guy was under pressure, if the guy was was put in an impossible situation, if he felt that his life was under threat, then arguably the defense will argue, say the evidence was obtained under duress, and therefore that would be a way in which they can form a defense to defend him in this particular case. Dientia mania bre a mekasa bebre ni nyina ne say e womu say enipa eye mistakes. This is a case ye nuan ekwo echire no ojitu mu ese de oyeye no eye wrong. One will interpret that to say that means he is guilty of the offense. Then again, one could also argue, was he under duress? Was he scared for his life? And therefore, did he just agree to whatever he was told? It will be interesting how the defense are going to build their case. But a footwa a woman and say, for me, enya asemna esini ne hiya me kasio. And no dear, justice will take his course. I am not here to judge, say, or you're wrong or you're right, and I say you're convicted, and I say you're convicted, and I say be facing deportation and whatnot, what others are saying. But all that I am saying to you in say asem say be a seer, a foot will bang and a war enemy, it be to your home for. Say your boy in your be a money free Ghana bar, and yes, and one no. I am an intel legal matters. Now, on tier chromo amra, now on tier chromo amra, now on siambra, said ye ya or make a decision, Diana, or the between a home for. Jenim said a chromo and coda, sometimes one year careful. We did 15, and so said you was Yashisha with Jinasono. One shay, Obekasa Wenini. Obia wedi under age of 16 years cannot give consent. Unim na okuni ni paniko din komo ayini niya. One shay, Ohobechero. Se unim na se uni se ni pane ekodin komo ayendia and sha. Obako de fiase. The fact is said, uni nedi enkomo boni. A sexual nature or you're under 16 and you can be done for an offense. Grooming a child. And to this country only yesterday. And you're very sad. Obika said, yenu inajiri moha, masa, and to wadau. Se Obika was settled apa. na opeso settle up no di nyawa one hwe you will fall for it. One hwe you will fall for it. Ewiase eyadom ene ahwe eno na emani party as you because enipa de so be settle up no be settle trapper one hwe senye adoma you will fall into it. I'm telling you. Me lawyer dako me de minim se de sitie my professional life 2006 Sunday Times newspapers me see me refuse asem we da almost send the undercover investigators to entrap some lawyers. Satan can young qualify as a lawyer. Na me ye me training. Me say e ka da nyame nko ka be hu koto asem. Anasa ko ba be pass mama ne. Na enipa ne ba ye no also oba for consultation. Na me boss na esan ke hu nipa no ada no. Na for some whatever reason emergency be by to free office. Eti nipa ne bae no na me na ese me nipa na advice na me nipa ne transi a me ma consultation me nipa ne legal advice no or starting here pleasantries were exchanged me busani ni din oboni din or jimmy din ana busani say kwambe na me fa so a metini aboa no ana say ne girlfriend e wo Ukraine na opesen ko bekuru mu ano na nka obeka ne ho ana busa ne say o girlfriend no patchle say o girlfriend no or your girlfriend say because e kaso be your girlfriend na e betimi amba say e wo mpena obi ososo a wo ye wadamfo keke a enye empratwen bi anim mi busa ne sa jeje mi busa ne sa ne say because that time na no normal pass bi be na Civil Partnership Act oba ne obatimi ware under civil partnership bema timi bema ware under civil partnership it because of that na e say me busa ni ti me busa no asemo oka kire me ne say oye the partner oye the girlfriend enti opesen ka obadi be kurobu a na ka obeka kuromu a onko back to Ukraine and I'm so okay ya pass civil partnership act no enti emramu de se mutimi e ware a ene ubetimi e de naba under British immigration law. Was a mati meda wase pa. Ano sinti requirement ni say nyame boa me saw me computer any eja requirement me ko mu one by one. Ana me share the evidence oye de obehia e de aye de e de aye application no. Na yonkomodie mu na mami o say what if you say onye me partner na emum oye madamfo fese me pe ekwan we so ede boa no emaninya enkrata emanetena ohima kroma eno so na oka sasa me mo hye me na BBC me so ese be careful baby opese wo de wo fa no eho ya yehu enipa minim no from Adam to Eve na afi obusa sansem we enti me ka kire ne se emramu ne de emra ne se obi your partner they have to be physical relationship. And he said, and now who buy you also your partner or your girlfriend. Now after during the conversation, halfway through, who catch them say what you are down for cake and also swear, not all patch they say, or your partner, and that's what you are down for. And anybody who say, Sabi, minim dear maker, minim dear me. And as I agree on it, no, my Guinean is a me baby or the free bar. Now to be honest, at that particular point, Sadi and the cry, I'm a man. As I said, na make nyina or the button recording me. Send a button a video into a team and not everything was being recorded. Missing yamen kwa lawyer dako a me man tam kese shame ho. Na me rem fit da February 2006. Missing yamen kwa aka woma no ko de so me kon nanka wa twe me se ya eye adom bi ana yi me free sa or how anim. This is the time na minya qualify across me lawyer. And so my career was going to be ended there before I had the chance to even to qualify. Eti me adwuma me ye no. Nyame na asoma me o. Nyame adwuma na me ye because of safe one e na question ko be say me before I set up on the journey of this journey me dia bo nipa bebrebe no. And so nyame adum nti o ji me free sa o haw ni mu. O di nyansa eni adwere eni nimdie e be hye me tirim e ma mitimi kasa emramu e ma ni si so pepepepepe enipa yi mi wieye ana eja odane nani ana okoye na okoye no na eye Friday na Valentine so eba up Friday no ana enya phone call from Sunday Times na yenya phone call no asom kan say we are calling from Sunday Times ay erade Sunday Times na mo de yedem wo asembidi. Oh, undercover investigator came to your office yesterday by the name of Claire Newell. I would never forget this name. By the name of Claire Newell. Oh, dear Opa, go on the internet and put in migrants using legal loophole for gay couples to obtain stay in the United Kingdom. The defunct Sunday Times. Say article na da so ho o de wo ba wo te beba app na nyame adom obetoto ma no wie ya wo sorry call ye no the next day no make his phone call no bibuso mo say de ba asem de no mo pe obosi oh undercover investigator came to your office yesterday. Everything was video recorded and that they are calling to see whether I want to make contribution to the article that they are going to publish in their newspapers on Sunday. You did not say anything untoward, but we just want to see whether you have any contribution to make. And what I'm saying, any contribution, and I'm doing a phone to so boko. Me saying me and give me fees out or how we. I know how it can be so easy for someone to entrap you. Not only strangers, sometimes your own family members can set you up to fail. And to we say, Anna a empire. Any mawanina ho. Your own people can set you up to fail. And I will tell you this. And to get me a smart tuning, Ayana a very easy for people to criticize, but ento wada if you say a empire. But ya dark me carrier. At least 2 cases I'm here aware. Say it was a setup. The other one was 2011. November 2011. Where a Ghanaian, Ghanaian ba, any Bruni bako eba my office. Omo baye, Ghanaian say, oh, where do you mean ya bema? Said you were nitye, avaria ya ibio, said ye no. Now some pacho, only one ye no. Why now? What are you talking about? Oh, where the Bruni dear or ye mekuma na minya bema ewo Europe. Nanka ye arrangement nanka connection man de naba enti sanko ba nanka ni girlfriend ni broni nanka se ye si ye no ye nanka wa ya ware na chesenko de akova no me say as a Holy Spirit ababe shemi and I'm say mama asema wo kana twesan wo se de ye si ye no no wo ni hwan mu na eye sa de no unim se ebumra so de unim se Obo obi amane free omanfoforo so ababe wure kromu a without the right papers so no wabumra so de unim se obeti akode afiase because of that de ana me change kasa ne call brofum cause na pesa broni ne eti de meka no afa meka no na broni ne nima change because the meka no na nya no mo pe na de anwanwa ne se omo ba office so no na enya no time ese mi hu omo. Enti no na enipa bebre so e ka twom so e be take about 30 minutes to 1 hour before I can see them. Broni ni so anya me kwa kodwo so aba obi ama building ni muda wa musampo se toilet ni wo he. Enti for me that means he say gadget session hu nyina no. No a setting ya panko ba be record. Ye ka se be take 1 hour no na e wo so di mi ka e ko switch ni off. Na dia won wan say di nyame be ye. O ko switch ni off e ba ye no. Na afi enipa na adru ne so yese mi hu no na ye twen se fax bi be free Ghana ba na fax ni nyamai ana ka se wo ene mitimi hu omo first obi a wa ba ye se be take 1 hour say na me hu no se opportunity ni mpa aba na ye se bra na obuafu ese adenti ne ka se 1 hour na afi ne ye se wo mra so se le nyame si ye ne nema eja ono so ba ye na me de me ye de ese me na o sorry ko yi enti me de from my experience, so because I was settled up, massa, a young paboni didn't we say. One shady anybody be young. because when you now so enipa na plan enipa na plot ana oba ono edi kan adwendwene ekwan obefa so odi benya ho enti you will be caught off guard ane na wan hwe na edi wakwa akoto asem no enti mesre pi yenwe asemeto no yemfanya afutuo ema ye ho se yenuanom paso mba besua dia yen kan kire no munye careful because ayana sometimes no yenum binom ye de ahye yetirim ese oba bruchira sebe sexy de e free ebimo e de ahye mo adwene mu sa to the point say obi create me begina am something ten you so osia bruchire aduane ye free emnofo ma e ye free didi free dimnofo ma free na waka ne sa enti se wo so free Africa e ba what is asem ne ko wadwenim enti broni srechere okrada o se kai we tutu ni wo pemi se broni ka hello kire okra o se kai o pemi kwanda o masa wan hwe yi ubedem me ne nkrofo ya adwuma am ye yi bebredi because broni ba ko srechere no o srechere no officer lie dem obenya no hwe ekromu a wanye careful obedem se obi srechere wa enche se opewo yenuanum pi mema no bi mo omne mani di agrobone wa adwumam ohunu no de se atwa ne to officer eye joke officer is no lie officer enye hwe ekrom wa masa wan hwe ye obedem se oba de ko report o ese wa assault na eye sexual assault unwanted obedem ye hwe niye yesua ne eye very important. Sometimes these cases it mean by yenim as a lawyer there's nothing that you can do. Also obey him or say yes I didn't also obey him or say grab me need hey massa and yes I go we need na brochuro one hwe obey them be very careful yeji obiadi okwa won kan ekure o se o enkrofo we do mu ye racist massa uti asem na abusam ya obehwe no na yenua he is as guilty as sin obeko na do say ko so oba diamond p Bobby stand oluma sakora koku donsuro na do say ko susum masa wan hwe yi obedem sese so de se nipa ni sha oba koda sexual offenders register so baby abeko bia na di wachi enti yenye ahweyi pa eya dia ya community no koso enkrofo be bre ya pamomu adwumam because of sexual assault enipa beba yanim ebeba be ka kire say enkrofo ni racist media dem mebufu no enkrofo play race card ni so much say ya nhweyi ebedrum rebi no obi be ye racist against you kwaka obi anyi woni me case about beto manim case beto manim ujafo ba ye wakana sem de na me dem ka kire ni say hwe the name of the game is evidence. Meko akwakoye subject access request. Na majiwu information nyina omu hold you on you no. Na afi ya share evidence no ene o file and send me advise you properly. Because you see dia worker no dia wonkwa na worker. Say yampo I don't know. So please I'm just going to go get the information we go through and I can advise you properly. This is a case okokachire bruni bi so openo. Bruni ni so openo. If you are not buyer, is it because I'm black? So by implication, you know, Bruni na june kwene say the guy is accusing him of racism. And you want taking it lightly. Ana Bruni ni mum ekwa report oye. Say Ghana ni no ye racist against her. Eba de sa no na adwuma Ghana ni ye no na a 0-hour contract. Etomanka so may in almost say there is no job at the moment. It won't continue fee. And the Johnson no any true agency. And the agency na catch said there's no work at the moment. And to me, you won't be friend. Indirectly, no may yinedi. But only yinedi in a very nice way. And I don't pam mujafu. Tom de pam no, and also to be sim agency no. I saw the more court. Nyako je file a shame no. Masa. Chese history did you be canteen crowd. Wako say ye ma cook. Also ye adwuma ye tua wo ka wo. ana nipa ne si koku no ontimi mfa ma o ka se ontimi mfa koku ne ma no enu anie wo se nipa ne ye racist chese o pedi we enu anya ni we a no play race card and in the end no evidence buy no me de to nanim no ka chese ntimi mo ano eno ko gina ba bi di ma tempoto na ye dwuman ntimi nko obi asem entina ese wo ye di enti ye besre ye dwumam ye very very careful because hwe oba bitimi de nsa betutu komu emiemia woni ne nkeka ho eno no ye hu ni say e wrong too much society emremu de ye wrong it can amount to sexual assault but we be man na report to crime for besre because culturally no I say ebi mu hu ni say e big deal enti ye be man na so bad ye mpa enye hwe but odo pa fa koye oba waso be ye hye enti we need to know where we are and what we do. Enti ebesemo pi yenya very careful e was anema we on. Yen take a quick commercial break. Sexual offenses the meeting ya kan na no no. Na ye take commercial break ye ba na ye dwumedie no ide atwaso.
Ba eni ma me du fi oyeduma odukasi anopa biara me nua ba sori ahodim no kwadu on complaining that no ba bitutu no sanso na me bra o fitani o tu engine ni o pagya engine the car adwuma sa de sitie da bi biara no wo dendende me ameyire o store mo adi da me yire ensori anopa enka se na nia ha anase no ho ye ne mreda sanu papa ne fia konkan ono so complaining that no ba bia ne ya o sori anopa na no afanse kan no okonefu me akrobato madwuma meye me kan ni na me acte na me kobeba ta biara no e bra me de bedampo na adias nanso men sorry that no cranka say me hu ba bia me ya ni nyina gya say your secret awintasem e yadura e de boy ho ba ni nyina ni kowa meshakurani e yadura onomu a ebo ni padua no e ma osipi usita me kanfo ama o say won so no kowa mesani bi na ba boa na aboa ni obusia na yare da ho e ya nunum bi na obedia danse
wa UK obenya kwa mixture e wa Ghana market the heart of Africa ground floor shop number 138 Church Road Nisden London obetini afre 07514-433-148 and as 07464-636-604.
Kowa Mesha Abusia Amintase Biniaba.
Megafo, Uyamanka, wow, dying papa be our Ghana, and so a nam no cry Asantino, who send ya with Manisika, say, see what you mount. It's in a paradise city. Ya did this beautiful ultramodern city, Abatema, Community 25, Whooper Standard, Executive, Semi-Executive Quality Buildings, Yeni Paradise City, Yewa Homa, it's as a dear brochure about Ghana and Tino. Your payment terms no so, and a phone book call, Whoopin self finance. And as a monkey, for Paradise City. Oh, your telephone numbers, you so UK +447 908 475 802. Paradise City. Ye Juma pa amagana yefe ankasa.
Party na last over farm ko e abaya bi ko shia nsa abaya se menya nkata ma no and I get into you na we see abaya ma party asi ya so nya nkata ma I'm so be bopu me de me no ya we di na basa bom bi mo e bi be fi kese nso kote to ko nwe
E da wo
ko unye da unye na bopu me ya ko ma tu
na dan majira pressure abom na da na mbesun bibi
what you akuma ni nsu nyina ya fi ho because if kese mfo
na ade moti ha mo ntwa na mo da so tefi ha
na o no me maka nchiro e na wunya so ko ye nkata ma obi o me de nso oyo oke kura
yo mesremo pi ewi ase de obi ene ho ti for asempa kodo enemre mu nso de obi ene ho betena ho ama ta bada ho so owon kame enu ti misra wo se bankrata asem kwan de a na se wuni krata wo krom ha na wunya nkrata mesra wo adwuma ba ko pe e na make am for amount enu ane justice and law solicitors lawyer ye fe no
Obenda ku David eho ena owo neba immigration sem landlords and tenants family legal documents civil litigation wills and employment issues ni nyina papa odi hu djuma ewo ho na mesra mo maba betu mu ne American chira mu momfa mo maboso mo tom
na wo kan papa otimi akonto ko nyina ma ye se bia obi aju sika zo mbe so becha no so otimi je ko adwo
ni nyina lawyer Obenda akudi ni nyina hu djuma na ne ay mani ka ewo no ho ne se wo ye ntokotwan se ba mra mu dia so waje wasem ne se onwie ya papa onyini nsa emfrafie
pacho hefa no asina so wo no
yo me pacho obehunu justice and law for ewo unit 35 Euro Link Business Center 49 Efra Road Brixton SW2 1BZ now the telephone number any 02077385841 and I say the mobile number 07538969589 Miss Snow and then they said the migration for senior brew krom hano share and one traho ama and fofo now quiet it's the free no crudie found kata some nyina ekodai justice and law solicitors
eh ojam also sitiri mo de we nyina ho na dia si afi o ma e de adafo ba ku kofi
enye hwe mpanisi wuru finance akofa ba yenti enam say lawyer Obenda ko afa to no ho se obeboa yen Ghana for titiri wunti memne da bia e free anopadu ba ko ekobo awia donko lawyer etna efidia eye fire life radio so xx memrem ewo ho enti e free memne da e be ne memne da aka bia na for fidie ne to fire life radio na tie lawyer ene emrem nsem ewo ho ti free na ko die justice and law solicitors aha ne be bro
yeah, yasai aba yadamasifi na before say yebeko immigration update ni so no me pese we eye afutu ema especially mema na aya emre bi ohonma yeye enema bi a wan hwi in future no na kopon aya wadom a wanya baabi asi no afi na your pass na eba be hunting enti ene we can same way a futu and I can only go by what has been reported. Independent newspaper report.
Do swear by Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Say muti audio no. We a former Labour Lord Nazir Ahmed. Ana ya reporto ewo independent newspapers yesterday. Say he has been jailed for 5 years and 6 months for sexually abusing 2 young children. The 64-year-old was found guilty at Sheffield Crown Court in January of the attempted rape of a young girl and sexually assaulting a boy under 11 in the 1970s. The offense took place when Ahmed was a teenager. So, Obia Sebi Ekromwa House of Lords Oye Lord Onyemra event taking place in the 1970s. Satam Nimpo na Lord Amedi yese oye teenager and so January this year ya sentencing to imprisonment because he has been found guilty of raping, attempted rape of a young girl and sexually assaulting a boy under 11 in the 1970s. Unse assemble asema 1970s, nearly 40 years now. And so ekromwa de masa emrani nyawa enyaw. You cannot joke. They will go for you. Obi a washemra a wote emra shibedwem a House of Lords. Omo House of Commons eshemre wia and I say propose wia ekon na omo approve no onumpo sisi okwakode fiase na wo anase me enti eye futu ema ye nyinara ye mfantu ye honfo de obeyi bia no eda wanimu twen wo enti we eye afutu pa. Okay, now your immigration update so the Supreme Court upholds government right to set child citizenship fees as it chooses. Yena yanitia ese about 1.5 years ago ni ana obi edeko court to say aban sika oje for naturalization for enkodano eye too much eye illegal eni se ye ma omo kwan ema omo charges are eno ti no court agitumu se eyampa fees no eye too much sankebeya anka aban en scrap fee no ema ne ye ti se de eyampa se aban ni betwa fee ni mu ema ye nuanu bi e de ye target ese on betwen na me hwe ade na se ne resi kona me ka kire me client say masa ni bibi. There is nothing called free lunch in the Babylon. E kromwa unim na so no bi adwuma na mokọ canteen no to sandwich na otobi ma na wo je na wudi a next time ye wo 10 wo ska wo ni school eso so otobi enti de so hu no se wo mpa wo asem a o so oto ma kra so wo mpe because unim say uni ska be tobi amana ene me ngogi na aduane sa na tie e kromwa se uno bampoko restaurant mudru wa you are splitting the bill 50-50 no be akoni baby. Some so you African man are gentle, I'm not cultural body, so don't worry, I will pay for it. Or Bob person no more no, o make here photographs will be to and your qua obeso DBB because officer airful, officer or boka. Bema boss so when you saw by battery, I told Mr. Airful and obey the ayare. Munsheni because who drew a customer to me half, so to half, that's only dear. One abu say yes. And yet easy. And don't you know, medium shall say to my clients for say, may not sure say a buy ebedi sam run so, and I will be trusted. It is a bear, what you could cheer, nay your application, na free honomo, obinim a china asem. I have proven to be right. A buy to the case called Supreme Court. Any a court Supreme Court, no? Supreme Court, so every rule say UK government can set the price whatever it wants. Etino say uyobia odu ani koto so say e ba be free dia ene sisa wadwene na case no eye R into brackets O a minor against the Secretary of State for the Home Department 2022 UK Supreme Court number 3. And basically that is how it is. And at the moment in the Supreme Court I can't plain as a Home Office can set the fees. And therefore 1,031.20 omo charge no mema wadwene enye wo se ebe ni free enye sa na etie de etoso 2 a meka ho asem this week ana eba my attention obi be hu me na okita pre-settlement scheme visa wo ye EEC ni na obae no obusa se ne yiri ye Ghana ni obetimi akwakofa na ba na emrana ne wo ho no say no, you have to be settled before you can bring someone here to settle. Na many nipa no go through requirement no bibi besi no say no, go back to appendix EU na kwhwe general regulations no under immigration rules under general 1.3 just to clarify the situation as to who can actually sponsor their partners to join them in the UK. Se nipa ne yi ni a e wo se enipa no ekita indefinite na. I was of the view said that was the answer. Yes, ese nipa ekita indefinite. But yesterday nipa ne buy me say no, let me just look up on this again, let me check because they keep changing things these days all the time. And you know, me nipa ne tena se e ma me e cross check. Now me cross check here and to my surprise me who sad ye way, and I'm saying no. Even though I'm not treating spousal applications, a who be here, except me the baby tuga. And just in case, say obi a ye uni, naso kita pre-settlement scheme, nasa we share the dofu bi or Ghana, sebi ebi opeso de nebe krumwa, obetimi the number under British immigration law na. I am pleased to say the answer is yes. Yes, obetimi the number. I didn't know obetimi the number, emrano any. Osha General 1.GEN 1.3 for the purposes of appendix FM to the appendix FM to the immigration rules now. Dear Ekenye, or say application for leave to remain also in okay. Okay. It goes on to say application for leave to remain also includes an application for variation of leave to enter or remain by a person in the United Kingdom. And it goes on to say that reference to a person being in the UK with limited leave under Appendix EU mean an EU national in the UK who holds a valid limited leave to enter or remain granted under paragraph EU 3 of the Appendix EU to these rules on the basis of meeting condition 1 in paragraph EU 14 of that appendix, and also reference to a person being in the United Kingdom with a limited leave as a worker or business person under Appendix ECAA extension of leave. Basically, what it goes on to say, they say obi ekita EU pre-settlement scheme. Nase onware a third party national, a third country national. Obetini aya application under British immigration law for the person to join them in the UK, just like someone with indefinite leave to remain or like a British citizen, provided that the individual can also do what can satisfy all the other requirements. About 1 o'clock, you take phone calls for about 15-20 minutes. Na yen fedwumadi no emra na wieye se opese ofra mesere ma ho nye ha ne free na ene yebe pontem a ball maximum 130 SMD dwumadi no eba na wieye because me amaso ayehye enwuma egume so enye ensem ketwa enye ensem kuma baby essay na wa hihye baby a baby enyegie amanfo a etwa madapa omodoso omedwuma begume so I haven't been able to do it according to time. Esana is not nice to them, and therefore no, I also have to be very disciplined with my time. And your point show na be fremia enya dia mefa SMD ye adwuma omo metwa mekase menye omedwuma no. I have to be serious. I cannot take them for a joke. They pay my bills, and therefore I have to concentrate on them. Many a times you show na on a phone calls neighbor or front and san kan wa no ye complain. As my fellow ya na onfa. I would rather say you twa mekane me adwuma. Now on complaining rather than say ubi a open free I won't try me can obey complain. I'd rather say omo try me call my lawyer no. I have to respect that and I have to do their job. And to be a true for the 2 months, I'm for shall say a free mama me be 2 minutes now afi no me fa am true for the 2. Obi o hodoma onim say number na di djuma no ti me asem pi ma me 1 minute am fa entija.
Now, I'm before I now quiet. If you I brand them, offer one sound, problem, one in you. It's in my blood, okay, Baba, you. A dear friend of my brilliant I grow and sound, and my, and I'll say, you're true. So, I see one yet maybe I say, and your mammy body I grew up and my son and a young drunk Nippa Bansi, Sigania, of us, I'm one more day, of a friend against Sarah, of my men to the end of the world. Say, or papa on the ground, and say, and you never know beauty. I'm walking on the ground, baby.
Hello, your first caller aba yem fanana fe yenti di ono so edeba na yenko yenim ene adagye eni poso. Ti yenka ni title na yenko yenim. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Ojadem.
Oja, with a long time.
Long time. Na pacho di the senate for hu di okasa no.
Me pacho me dey Mr. Edo, me free Overhampton.
Mr. Overhampton, Mr. Eddie Yanko na ene edie na ye oyamaye.
Oh, we dey na me free acha obi am obi apesiapa. After go between and him. Me na me ase se o ma. Year 2022 and I want to say that was sending a program out there every week. And I'm going to show on board by. Like a year Juman, a Jumapana way to be out.
Yeah, that was it.
No quick question you want. So, now the we now we side EU settlement scheme now. Yeah, bro, card. I'm almost online proof of your status now. Now, it is a Uko Ghana now, but because Ghana they like physical stuff. They don't like online.
Any na be depend. Say we a European citizen, ye ma work card. But say we a non-European citizen, ye be ma work card. Card in ye mawa. It is valid until 31st of December 2024. Because from 2025, the new system ever no use physical card. And so we are European so ye ma card, ye be ma only the letter. That shows you say your ma pre-settlement scheme and access settlement scheme. Question I was saying every Ghana ba obey your day approve. I say you have the right to come to the UK. And what you do is say, your application number more status outcome letter, either say pre-settlement scheme or indefinite.
I say Uber plane or Ghana. I was a Ghana Uber plane, and I say I'm gonna say Makoma made the answer. Me can't cry. No, I'm who say correct or not correct. Airlines no. Before you go on the airline no. Now I say I better pay idiot.
And so what you do is say paper near the amount, status outcome paper near the amount. I would suggest to say over print a physical one.
Okay.
Now while logging on, view and prove your right to stay in the UK or to work in the UK. Now I call online. Now I call print it. Your friend say your status online letter the best screen is on. Now with the account. Because my client have up Ghana balance. Sana me train is away. Or buy no feedback on man say when your problem be.
Okay.
Because who's a bibia ebe niwa. Ayana microphone tiasi and microphone.
Yeah, especially in Ghana
Anna, it takes time for them to be educated. And to say ne dear, and to say be adwuma more because it's becoming more common.
Okay.
But just what I say. And to oyanesa unya problem be because my client she only came back last week. Why? Better CP.
Me patrol me person book appointment be hu wa. Last week now can say up to a month more. To me for booking up to a month in advance.
I would me every ebuku pa because refurbishment be your office in December to January. Enti ama yaso aye she papa. Na nyame anim ni na say refurbishment no because obi a wa ba obi a say hey I dey ma change office na.
So office in there it needed upgrade.
That's right. And therefore it was necessary to do it. And nyame adom ti mombe with us whilst we catch up with the backlog. Yenim someone mo do any dey mbeti ase. The person will buy any day or be excuse and abure.
Any agent mobile I think I need to come and see you then we start preparing
towards
for and median the agent so we can be our mobile no. I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, there was a P. Any on Tiasia. A be payable yo. But if you so etias, if
I'm on TS. I'm on TS. I want to 12 midnight that. I'm on TS. I want to be home Sunday. I'm TS.
Oh, Metias, almost a bread. They don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Also, bet your friend number here 07538 969 589. One more from what young Remono. This is the time I'm soon betting your friend. Yes, mon friend. You want 20 minutes back? There is anybody here. Setaka 14 minutes. And to our friend went to young Remono. Yes, also betting your friend. Officer lawyer. Please, can I change student visa into tier 2 visa? Yes, you bet me. I'm running my whole fine. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, lawyer.
Hello, good afternoon to you. I'm Pacho Didi Sanaka Sefree.
Positive mommy, my work money, got a free dolphin.
Positive mommy, Aquaba. Now you're going to say, Ubia, who you're here.
Yamia, that will be a lawyer. And what he treat.
Sir?
What he treat, the family. Why are you? Now, I brought here now. I said, you see, me and him lawyer, we're going to for any matter. Who's the ball for them to get a mammy, man, what once I wouldn't give up for my young to what the NFL with anybody be non-treacherable. No, mommy, lawyer, but your Irish ball for no kind of Scottish.
A Scottish show. A Scottish ball for now, Yemiano, who said, a Krumwa, the Yamkasa same way. It's not in a disrespecting way. But say Ufigana bar. What gene or mindset any situation who we are saying. A totally different from say the city e Krumwa. A Krumwa, a crowd wedding fee 10.
Yes.
What did you call Ghana? It will be a wedding fee. As you said, we would be a wedding fee 20. Because a Krumwan crown almost ye sharp, massa. One ye a crumb do be fasono. You will be shocked. Omo dream will be a papa. Enti akwampo na what ne That's right. Obusa na sa question.
Yes. Aya rebo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
na sase me nyo no kwa na ato no. Ensem ehya dakem.
Yes.
Ono na ne de apia ba bonten.
Yes.
Na mmom me personally de me dwene de America ne say. Enye apia ba bonten no.
Yes.
Ede na yebitimi asua afrim. Ede na yenuanom afriga na ba. Afuto be ni de be ma wo mo. Omo so no enkoto saa ohawi ibimu. Oh, because a chromo ahwe unse chromo afọ ohu a obeka hello obesre. But Ghana ni unfortunately most of us obasre kire ya esika obare pemi. Obasre kire ya esika we dey lie dem. Oba kwa na dey nse akobobo no ye fi se eye okay.
Yes.
So tini nyina no eye ehawa ewe ye community mba.
Yes. No but I make one baby ya pa age na wo ko fa agara no. So wo sumu. Yenshini ye. Na no ya what he take target papa in fact. Just maybe me tia futu baby wo mu lawyer that's why I just know. Me ntra adia no ko. Me tia futu na me dia mama ma. Mu shini ye. Na ma shini ye. Ni pa enye e betimi your set up.
Oh yes.
You want to mama wo ka set up o mo ye. One of the your mind is very sharp. We can't go to dinner, no, at the castle, so kind of what I
don't
Yes. And to know, maybe not maybe anyone, it's yeah. A question, a family member, as I discuss it, the family could as I discuss it. Because what is wrong, Alana, a woman should be because one should be a look, a children started about and we were to.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But one day, which one you set up? Because when you are drinking pan or the nama.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, we can drink down so nama. No more Dakurana. You go ahead and say, each one value and a brother.
Nyami yifi wakwam.
Because what dream you pay you?
That's right.
I'm out of nama. You know, the classical play you have expected that. No London. No, you are one.
That's right. Me demufua.
Yes. No time. Yes, my boy, some Emma McCaffrey, no way. It's a lawyer, maybe Yamijo.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was it. For your continuous support. Anna, before Crasso Beko, wouldn't him say, Obi Awati House of Lords, or no so Enra, he's been convicted of sexual offense. Offense it taking place in 1970s. Afena or no so I catch up with him. Ya convicted no. Enti no, ewiase ya wono ehu. Enti wo ho a eye ahweyi. Se opese wo fra number di djuma no eye 07538969589. Oso ubetimi afre. Ene ebo 130 pepepe ye djumadi no eba na wiye. Enti no hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Nampacho udie se na kase free.
Oh, they're positive, like I said.
You're positive about Belandi. Bibi Ecosodia, Bibi Aboko.
Oh, lawyer. O body na government.
The Yamiasi. That's right.
Na Yahoye.
The Yamiasi.
Na a Yamada at Yafuna, Obo, Jesus. Maybe a baby or war and then Marintino.
That's right.
Na said you, and penny for the class. If you ask me, I with me. Etwa so tetire made ntwamu da ana empro na nsem a wo kan nyina no eye nhwesode ana photo mo yeka say set as a president asema wo kan say wo bi wo ha be fa no o se bi bia sifa adwen enemy interpretation etire no na obi kan say ma so no o tena say na waji odi ewo lawyer and that wakasapa abiribia kasa so kai odi for Isaiah 55 for metana o say wasamwa o kano asamo no a wasoma no enye kwa e se koye asamo no ye for any word that proceed out of your mouth need to accomplish its purpose.
Yes.
So therefore if you have a future independent to you, but a mission project, you don't want Medina Wafana. Yes, and Obidiaba said you can Obidiaba, and the Yangina, yes, you won't come on the Yakan. Oboa, a 2 year gun any. Obaka so fine. Actually, a friend will be trauma again. And yet, I say, only money a gun any. Because no. On your corner or your dear. But for the first of Nigeria near Obaka found because on your gun any. But so far as I gun any dear, the Bacashu will be in the master. Now, then for one who gun any master, second or yet, what this year would do a bush to swap over your day. Now, a branch here to Maba, Cromona, over our face, a branch here to Maba. Yea, will be no way to Cromano. Lawyer, yeah, dear cry, you know, and your west, Edda, a branch here. That's also interior. Madame will be to me, and I don't think you've met you. Okay, and to make a tabia so. And then it was a
demo soon.
Yes. And you know, and your football, and a 50 year nano. And a lawyer better come and share what I do say. I told me to go a while. So I quite say will be our spectator on tone and night, only football, or do one and not on Toda. There's also no dinner and chida. Oh, and I go with it. You want let us take our way. No, moment in a home. Now, see, so on your semi this year, or make me able. As a social this year, or no crowd after I will be a summer bar, a branch, and yes, it be a number of phonocas on you. But the lawyer said, did it talk one? Would you a cross out what call Chrome ever? Or pocket out British passport? immigration officer should be uniform, no stop war. Or they actually said, oh, crano, or you must see for cow. Open out kita red book, no. Open one word, alarm me about ping. Now, we are not your pine. Because who knew someone? You have a baby sound. And can I be sure, sir? The baby two will be now so one can I say. Mr. Enka, I didn't wait to me. Tell you, some of my baby son, which was a woman. They are someone. After all, can someone say a branch? But then I'm saying, who are punishing, you know. Then one also can't say it, and somewhere for claiming. It is a baby two will be a master young pono, I use Nabiano. Say BBC, now fit that would be would differ another dim corner, and that's all back as a degree. Jasso, now Papa be at the piano, the bonny de Casamo Croma, or ever Papa Precope. I don't know through immigration. Yet this are the question back with you, or the quiet. I can lawyer, honey. Yes, lawyer, money. I can lawyer, honey. The immigration officer said, sorry, what did you say? Eh, natural lawyer, honey. He said, I'm someone told you, where be the honor. Let's say, won't you make us? I raise my comment. I can lawyer, honey. I'm so much. The lawyer, my other man, even the bed. I can lawyer, honey, my dear.
All right. But your positive is in the other. I can lawyer, my I ask some more. Young Fabina, you're calling. Hello.
Hello, Lawyer David.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. We have another call.
Yami Adam Boko. I'm Patrona Casa native.
I'm a cracker.
Hey, another Amakakra Belandi. Ama, Wabadia Casa.
Yes, the family count say, you call for a son truth in me, you should find in and the investment business lawyer, your video acquire be through social media, I write so be through social media, and now one bit to me, because to see and means or you guilty, and also you're guilty, and then I'm a person make.
In terms of recordings, there any public space, anyone can record. They don't need consent. Also on them street, you can saw a cameras, you have not consented to it, but it's being recorded. And in a public place, there, once it's public, you can record. And a holiday, you cannot do anything to them. But Mediane say, Onim the right, he just started talking. Now can you say we engage them with any conversation?
Yes.
If you are calling police, call. All that can say, call police for me. That's it.
Yes.
Men kasa, my police in the file. Because the Bibito was Bibito also, I am sometimes no, and my workers. And I say, oh, panic here. One shot, oh, but Cascasa be plan now. Where Chile, when you time I get more, because to be pan and they can't say, you know. So, and then a law, Yabaka say, obtaining confession through duress. And in the defense, no, because he was under duress, he was under unnecessary pressure. And Nutina, a man, Casa, Sibusi Casa, you know, because nobody knows. Because un say kasa no kasa nyina no na onti de mame ne kan me I can tell that is my view enti say the mame ne be kan bi announce wo kan bi so which is very, very unfortunate, but the prosecutor will say a confession, and confession is the best evidence that you can obtain from a defendant, and therefore they will build their case around that. So therefore it will become a bit of a legal argument as to whether the method that was used to obtain the evidence, whether it was given voluntarily, because for confession evidence to be relied upon, it's got to be given by choice. The question is, information or kasa was it by choice? At the back of the camera, you see, at the back,
because I'm so we educated, saying what Ghana now do what.
Now you're crying, say,
understand them.
Now you're crying, say, me meeting, no, send me Tamasupa, and yes, I'm going to the Okikano. So, because we share accent and I know you sooner, not a very, very hard to understand. So now, no view or no catch a guy and they say, he should speak proper English. Just say intimidation. Who share the name course now?
So what say, left from the right to Kuruma, or law or implicating until all so But yen answer lawyer that was a only education out the my American be from Bibri. Maybe I'm sure program now. Minya adie bi from ye da wase pa na menko so ma wa ho de ade bia butu de abetena wa kire.
Amen.
E da wase na me tira.
Yes, so ye da wase pa. Bye for now. So person fra amatrofo ne dem ye no bibra from ntimi anwuram ye ntra na me fam fast na che say ye ntimi fa adwumadie no emra na wieye enti no so frɛ na wanya mesrewo we de ye nye ne fast na ye ntimi enye de ye ntimi enkoye nim. Hello. Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lawyer Bakope.
Ba mi aba lande, nene de na wo mai.
Maba. I lawyer your mom when you do. Then you send me the main casa me mrane.
Bo mrane.
It's you brani die. Sakra butu nana ohrintim preko. Wodi genti akoko hwehwe ade wo sumo. Osai preko okuhunu atampon ochiameba. Ohineba wenim ni wachi lawyer bia ni ho. Okasama ko ba akope. Okatachie osi ade oyo. Wohwehwe mkotokukru ewo nyansamu. Ofutufo okasama afo a otu mika ewo brofukemu. Otu mika kanta ewo brofukemu. No di leja o kire ye de ebro se ye nim so o de mra ekutuo ene akutupa ene apanchire egu akam emma yetimi sua de sakra butu na obintim preko ye ma moni aduma wakasa na lawyer ba akopa wetin wanim obi eni esanse uku de what is tragedy? It was soon. Or see idea yo, or took tampon, or tiameba, or hineba, your money a dumo.
Here, Mammy, or not papa. Yeah, that was it. Then I put you ben Omagana for any tea for Muti. And you said that a program no chimupa said you betting maybe I say, you know, Emrepino, ye di obi free Ghana bar. Dear, ya say. Koye adwuma me boka 5,000 krana me boka 50,000 be ye adwumatria na de no an ye kire nipa no ne de pressure ma no ye adwuma ye mani nsua hwe ana wo fi Ghana so ba ekromu a culture no e different eno na me ane ha me because ade ye normal wo Ghana no be kromu a e abnormal ade ye abnormal wa ha no be ko Ghana e normal so enti wo nhwe yie ubehu se wakwa koye ade bi a eni se wo ye me de miamani ahu bi ye nuanum pi ye nya ba ekromu a enkoda so ebroni o we bibini o ya kire omoma na sese uhu obi a show courtesy, show respect. And to who oh hi, how are you doing? Unfortunately baby a free ban obaka say hi krana na ya dwene say ya dwene say nipa ne pem na afi no ye kwa ko make sebe enim ye kwa ko ye move bi a e bi a eni say ye yes ade no oh enti no eyade a ye dey Ghana for be bread wa adwumam employment cases eba manim de bia sexual assault so okoso obemu eni so okoso obi oni obi di epipragro eni so okoye saade ni wa adwumam obi tiri kasama me ma lift obani kaso ko trench was betrenim o change die no de nsa na mesre ho okoka just ensem ne do so gini o oh Debbie enti no bibia ye na esi etu ye ho fo e wo sa ne ma ne ho ye nyanum eba esi etimi kire omo culture no Oko supermarket, be careful, there are cameras there. Oko fa adebia, you know, camera becho, ye chewa, ubinya criminal record, a be deportal. Sign him away in a children crofo, obiti ba, no ko supermarket, no ko via Bacardi, no dia question ni bottom, opie ni akocheno. Bacardi. Same kwane koso. Obiti mi ko no ko via meat pie. Obiti mi ko grapes. Na we via toffee sweet, no, or dia sheshe ni bottom. Last case about menim ensuo 50p no bi akọ Ghana neighbor.
Yeah. And yami nwanwa.
Adentina ese banisa because na dwena ni say we dey mfa me obi ehunu. E wa breso so a enkoso bibia. Just for the fun of it, you are stealing 50p water, bottle of water. Why?
So ho.
How dwene. Tima me kasa.
Ma money adwuma say enye ayi passport ne akwantu oni mu nsem nko ana eya a wo de betre ne mo wotime ma yesua enema bi nso so a yenim enso ka ho na de bia no eya na your full say yenim ade na enso so ye wo ka no de waka ya no 110% correct me ne wo ya adwene pa na ya mo ya ba no me ba fu from me ka me hu kan ka chem so yi ko school na ko school ana watimi aye ya fe me ye nyoma start say me ba be ko school pe ye ya fe dem pale hu na be show mo na eni aden kwa na umfa cleaning bi ana say aduma bi 2 hours bi no watimi aba fie e na say ana so ka say me ko school na da ji ma betimi aba be ye bibi foforo ani ade yes yo lawyer me mama samonya tente no Abigail say o get say me asantini abibinya asantini unfortunately me ko ni na so ko asanti akuapem ye nyina ya kanfo enti obi ati obi kasa me that
said you see Samra ne no ono who say yes what amamra ase. Okay, yeah, that was CP. Okay, you about Kubusai or say okita 6 months visa, ubetimi changing na. A bit dependent the type of visa ukita no. Say a visitor's visa and the untimi change, you know. Sana emranete say o the visitor's visa say oba ensrasha emrano ema hu kwan ema unchange, you know. So if so changing I just say we'll call back and I was acquire the right application to come back in. And I hope that answers your question. Timame, yeah, that was CP.
I know yeah, a lot of one addition, be a lot of what you want to be opportunity, be our Benyano, but ye, as a Sikani Tino. Yam fire game when you might be so. But as I say, I might buy a house on a dream a long-term plan than short-term solution. No, yet me, you know, when I'm here to make a crack, and I'm a see me Diana, nothing, me 2 o'clock and that's it. It's in the life when I say, Masoriano pay as a semi family uniform, semi-quaid, mum. Yama break my snap wedding, my kind newspaper. Minyagana ni bia menena ka protocol ho atem menyagana ni bia so na temo a me pon ensem bebre enso ba dodo na no omu kwa no say criminal but well criminal side afa be pie ye ho so as a psychologist ye di Ghana ni bi bae oba ya pe na wakofa adwuma mu mop no wasesa ne ade ma ena saa fiber cloth no eno nso ato ma bi ade dasti no wasesa no bi waka cleaning products and wash ne ne bag ma opie ena security ema ye so ni and ne sama okeka no ne so the omo ye ni so okay ndi ye fa ne mbrai wona we ye Ghana ni a we ye psychologist so na obetumi aka ne kasa bisa kwa we say edie pa ne anadwene well na se mo kan say sister winning ye to kwan ba ha say ya winning see e be pe bibia kofie and me bisa ne say ye nim say ba be pe bibia kofie but say adwuma na we ye ni etu ya wo ka but baby a ye wo no Ghana ye fa bibia ye panie ma free and you free no near some no lawyer, and near my planet, dear, I young per se you betray a dear cano. Into say, Diana Kwana, 1 year. It's not say you're funny free, you know, or best ready.
Obey,
Adiat, Chili, a Bimoko party, as in yes, a word near. Yes, will be in year, but in important so people away best. And send a see our power they call. Why? Because they are free. A nippet bray, do my airport, no. Say, what, plenty bessie, the only amount fancy, almost the court, I see her baby, meaning the omokoyeno. But Ghana for baby, koye, do my purpose, say me an evening. Or Bakudi and when you have food poison, also best you company. How do you see them? Because who can now or from 4 Eddie will baby. So it's one bad baby son and sister. A dear when I wear into Buanina, me has a meeting yes in Kofoya Jessica. Now say a dear normal than my was a baby. The one I could fire was saying. Now what pack of farmers a wedding away I will pack with you, we not swap parents. Me I make another 3 days, me catch and so me hold by a dark on the war being. If you're doing it, it's made the one number man, if you're my friend. The time someone now what be, what be our shit, you know. Oh, come out, be able to try, you know, if it's a quietness or so. I dear ye free, yeah, dear, not 10 be a survivor, quite like in them. Until the number, a sign say, yeah, pen, you know. Obi kura fa na wa said you can want to grapes ni be read no the beer say the bottom and then I turn say £1 but I know when sika na no dia papa sit down o Ghana eating na o wi aduane na o wi ano but do na so lawyer e bi so ya adwene mu yare do na no say obi suffer from depression, anxiety, bipolar and all those things now about funny behavior to be and no say ya my any uncle almost did not my Ghana the way I say okay Ghana maradi so my dear bayo but said you would be kind and here my was a funny camera to so what the idea was supermarket your whole park to see where the rubber bag at what uniform ya say who said bass who misbehave and like x-ray cry no so you who say who drive for what park red light woke up I give way you know where air train with that crew person immigration a moon some Uber said and you may wait you know the wedding say bam 8 years and you may be a young Kataya justifier a woman thinking say okay no yes rebushing for any okay so obey it 8 years back say you may a new quadrician home obi or house you me the metia with Debbie you were almost so much here with the meal uti munsiname uti a munsiname. And so no, my copy about the true sabre. A check a canoa, mammy because a channel is up a can, Miss Maggie said. 1 who 18 Miss would be a net book and quite so cry this year. You will never be pretty at this year so. How bet me I be a marketing, it be a finance, it be a law, it be a money baby. Bet me I be a boy one cassa. Would you baby? I will show bet me up wow. It's a lawyer, me, mammy, Cassandra, and I'm the master of a baby. The American saw what the Kakran is when it said, I did see and Yenny, I would see book of Hong Yen near Yenny, open your heart. Why you more by 20 years, and that's next moment says CCTV grab only the CCTV, no so cry a child, dear. Or be so now, or no so sister receipt to a supermarket, or no so for say, or be next one because of South Benesca. And to see Kenyan terminal. Your papa could see a down of Ghana. Into your might your long term plan, no any here, and Mesramo. Ghana for the Brayari or care home, sir. Or my Japa, your me or Ghana, and no one to mean Cobium, or be old, open you be also Mukadi or Macompo, Nathaniel Musi and Omaka, Mesramo. We are to have me and be more. Yama Nimra, also ever happy, that that's ye a better sort. So yes, so what not so well yapping far. So where ya dear and you meaning in a dimpa a yes and a penny for kind. It's a lawyer me the best you have. Now my address I'm a drive time show.
That's right.
And Monday to Friday 4 to 6 p.m. and you may not like to see no in when Ninka and I say what to connect a beer unya bibia ya tune in radio to Fire Life Radio. What UK have your Facebook and so Ye program papa ye education every Monday up to Friday. The old pabra bomunsem sikasem esuahunu adansi die ye kanin nyina bi eduru ya wodansi so a ye de ayaresa na so se help nyoma enso so de abrel ama wasua de na eduru Friday dia na ba bie wu ama ye ebi se ye feelings be man ko tie wu oba no twa bibia ye ka ho asem na emwa bi ewu hia so ye de adomo enti ma you say ubetuni into Fire Life Radio 4 to 6 p.m. with amazing boss lady #Dadabarasta. Enti lawyer obema katechi a wodi weda memenda na wo se wo brecheche ya mamre ni amane ni mre mu nsem eni akwantu mu nsem ye si ha ma moni aduma wo
Ciao. You say call any. And as if me say Jimedi no I was say ye de eba na wie ye time na so I was say ye de eba na wie it's nearly 2 hours 45 minutes now and you know you from Yes, Obi in the comment bias. No way. Thank you very much for your comment and thank you for joining us. Next week we will be back again from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. The program is supposed to be 2 hours, but sometimes due to the nature of the programs and topics that we select, that means sometimes we go beyond the 2 hour time slot. But we thank you for being for taking part in this program and also for all your contributions. My name is David Darkon from Justice and Law Solicitors. We are based in Brixton, 35B 49 Efra Road, The Link, SW21BZ. If you want to come and see us, by all means, you can do so. You need to ring our office dedicated line from Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 5:30. The telephone number is 0207 993 5976. I'll repeat again, 0207 993 5976. You can also call us on our mobile number, which is 07538 969 589. Call us from Monday to Friday. If you call us today, you will not be able to reach us, I'm afraid. And if you call us on Sunday, definitely you will not be able to reach us. But do the best that you can. Call us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's always someone there to assist. We thank you. We are specialists in immigration and nationality law. We also cover employment law and also family law. So by all means, if you need our help, then get in touch and we will help you. We are a solution to your legal problems. We thank you once again and thank you. Abigail Jolly, wherever you are, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure having you on board and also for your comments. The comments were just flowing, so some of the comments, some of the things, I did not say it, I was unable to say it, but all the same, it's all good. Once again, we thank you for tuning in. We shall be back again next week, Saturday. God bless you. And you take care. Obi maso yemia yefa pa bonta na chiwate Obi maso
Reverend, I say you pass a man to her. Say, that's a baby, I'm in one.